Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
This is your home for the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Kansas Insurance agents have years of industry experience. Learn more at kansasins.com.
Goal to go now. Again, left side. Chieftains have it working. Tanner Hand trying to stay on his feet. Back pedals in. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. This time, Talon's going to go play action. He's going to look for Todd Brown, trying to get behind a defender, and he does! Touchdown! Let's do what they want to do. Maslak, design keeper. Maslak cuts it into the end zone. Wow. Get in there, freshman, on senior night. Trying to go direct snap to Sylvie. Looking to pass. Puts it in the end zone. Intercepted. Elijah Hotel seals it for the Chieftains.
This is Chieftain Football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Year 6 of covering Chieftain football starts tonight on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and what better matchup to start off the 2025 season, a battle in the Frontier League with a pair of contenders as the Chieftains take on the Wildcats. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan here. So glad everyone's joining us this Friday night. As always, Chieftain football presented by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. This is how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most. Call 913-369-6600 as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. They've been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work since 1972. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com. Partner,
man,
it's here.
It just doesn't get any better than this, partner. What a night for football. We got 64 degrees at kickoff, falling into the high 50s by the fourth quarter. Just a slight 6-mile-an-hour breeze should have no effect on the game. Should be a great one.
It's mid-October weather in early September. Yeah. Week 1, hot out of the gates. Here we go with Tonganoxie and Louisburg. We're going to talk more and more about this matchup as we go along. But right now, this opening segment, let's talk about this Chieftain team first before we get to the visitors. Denny, core group of players that fueled this back-to-back sub-state championship runs the past 2 seasons are now gone. They are graduated. Some new faces still here for this year. Again, we'll get to those in a minute. It's still going to be a pretty much newly revamped Chieftains team on both sides, and it starts at quarterback with the 5'7" sophomore Bodie Maslak.
Yeah, you talk about a fine athlete. We watched him play point guard on a basketball team too, but this young man, not big of stature, but man, does he's got a strong arm and a good dual threat. So looking forward to seeing what he can do in his campaign this year.
Yes, very quick, athletic, very good with speed and versatility. You mentioned the arm power. He's got great distance, great accuracy with that arm as well. He's got some pretty big shoes to fill as he's trying to put together his own all-league selection kind of season for the first time starting at the varsity level as a sophomore. Staying in the backfield with him, no more Tanner Hand, the next in line, and this kind of long pedigree of great running backs in Chieftain football. It's going to be Brady Martin. He's going to get the starting nod, the senior coming back this year, perennial all-state wrestler as well. He's a tremendous athlete. Coming off a 2024 season with 290 yards on 54 carries, 3 touchdowns, and he will also be the leading force in the secondary of that Chieftain defense. We're going to see him in the backfield a lot. We're going to see now the junior Blake Riedel in the backfield a lot. Bodie Maslak, like we mentioned with the versatility, he can take off in the run. A lot of rushing attacks at the Chieftains. I think for the first time in quite some time, they're going to have a lot of versatility in that background. I'm curious with the kind of play calling now fourth-year head coach Preston Troyer likes to do. How deep in his bag of tricks will he get in trying to make something happen, confuse the defenses, and let those runners just run wild?
Yeah, another name to watch out for is Elijah Holthouse. Looking for him to have a breakout season this year with at tight end. Hopefully, if we can keep everybody healthy, it should be a good run.
Meanwhile, for Louisburg, only 4 returners from the team last year on this squad, 2 on offense and 2 on defense. They're coming off a 2024 season, undefeated all through the regular season. They lose tight games in the final week of the regular season against Spring Hill. The Frontier League Championship was on the line in that game. In fact, that was the first regular season loss for fourth-year head coach Drew Harding. And then they go and face the 15-seeded Bishop Miege Stags, the eventual 4A state runners-up in the first round of the playoffs. They lose it 14-21. So for Coach Harding, as great as they come, one of the best in the Frontier League in the KC Metro, but without a doubt, that 24-5 overall record he has since taking over as head coach 4 years ago, like we mentioned, this is going to be his toughest task by far. We're trying to replace that talent. We talked about Ashton Moore and Conley Hovey, both D1 talents. Moore out in Manhattan at K-State and Hovey over in Lawrence at KU, and many, many others they lost. It's going to be really hard to replace all that talent, but we'll see what he can do with it here. And again, it starts tonight for both of these two teams. So much more to break down about this matchup and more when we return to the SNS Body pregame show.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again, why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Back rolling along the S&S Body pregame show. It is now time to take a look at our area matchups presented by Wizard of Paws, Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at wizardofpawstongi.com. Action in the UKC up at the top. DeSoto starting their season on the road at Topeka West. Wildcats and Chargers and that one. Our new friends down in Southeast Kansas, although they are at Emporia, but the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons taking on the Emporia Spartans. Pittsburgh High School, a new member of our Varsity Sports Live network. So glad to be working with all the fine folks at Pittsburgh High School and within the Pittsburgh community. Moving on, Washburn Rural at Shawnee Heights. Piper Pirates taking on the Topeka Seaman Vikings, Denny, and a Viking squad coming off their best season in program history last year. Nice playoff run for them, winners of the UKC Conference. They open up hosting the Pirates. Baser Linwood, runners-up in the UKC last year, up at Leavenworth, taking on the Pioneers, and the Lansing Lions at the Turner Golden Bears to wrap up UKC action. Otherwhere in 4A, you got the Bishop Miege Stags, runners-up at State last year, losing to Andover Central in the state championship game. They start on the road at St. James Academy. Let's take a look at some of the matchups happening around the Frontier League. The Baldwin Bulldogs, although technically not in the Frontier League for football, they're in the Frontier League with all the other sports, so we like to include them in this. They host the Iola Mustangs. Bonner Springs on the road at Spring Hill. The Coach Burchard era starts off with what should be a W for the Broncos at home. The Eudora Cardinals on the road taking on the Hayden Wildcats, and the Atchison's Phoenix at the Ottawa Cyclones. The Cyclones, Denny, Hayden Hull, and McCullough, the whole squad back for their senior years. Heavy favorites, I would say, to win the Frontier League and be one of the top contenders in 4A East this season. And to wrap it up in the matchups, Fort Scott at Paola. The only game not listed on this, Chargers Chiefs in Brazil. I felt like that didn't quite qualify as area matchups. Right. That's a whole other continent away, so oh well. It is what it is down in South America. Wishing the Chiefs nothing but the best. Hope you guys got the Chiefs on one TV and us on your phone or your tablet, whatever it is. It's a great night for football here on Friday, no doubt about it. We'll return to the S&S Body pregame show. We're going to take a look at the Chieftains. We talked about the guys that have left. Let's talk about the guys that are still here. Right. More on that when we come back.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings Mobster Pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Keeping it rolling here, S&S Body pregame show on Tongi Sports Live as we're just under 16 and a half minutes from opening kickoff in this one. The marching Chieftains led by Charles Van Middlesworth taking the field, welcoming in the home crowd here tonight. Again, a great matchup on tap here. Denny, we've talked a lot about this core group of juniors and seniors from the past couple of years. They're now gone. Now it's time for this new group of guys to really step up. Let's take a look at our team analysis brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Why pay for downloadable audiobooks when you can stream them for free with a library card? Download the Libby app or visit the library's website to learn more. So we talked about at quarterback, Bodie Maslak, swap him in for Talon Langford. Brady Martin, swap him in for Tanner Hand. Jacob Marins is going to be our first guy on this list. He's going to be looking to fill in the hole that is going to be left by Todd Brown. And Marins, junior campaign last year, 22 receptions, 394 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He was really big in helping free up that offense last year as we will step aside for the playing of our national anthem. done there. Again, the Marching Chieftains led by Charles Van Middlesworth. Let's get back into these Tongi Public Library team analysis, as we're calling it here in week 1. Jacob Moran's, like we've mentioned, first on the list. His junior campaign last year, 22 receptions, 394 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Might look a little microscopic or very minimal here, but his impact that he had on the starting lineup and the rest of that offense, it was one of those things you're not going to find on a stat sheet anywhere. He gave a lot more freedom to the running game, and he took some pressure off of top. Brown, he wasn't getting double coverage or anything like that. Look forward to seeing how he takes that next step here and now his senior year.
Yeah, no question, and I think another thing that will help him is if they can get Holthouse involved as well. That'll take the pressure off of Moran's and vice versa. So hopefully they can get some easy passes for Bodie starting out, maybe wide receiver screen here and there, just to get some confidence for the young man, and then see if they can run the rock.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do with it. Another man, we've already mentioned him, Elijah Holthouse. He's listed as a starting tight end. The tight end role last year, Kendall Smith was in there, was pretty much a non-factor. They really did not use the tight end in a receiving role. In this hyper-focus on passing offense in football nowadays, he was more the blocking tight end, and he was phenomenal at it. Elijah Holthouse looks like he's going to be the tight end this year, but his presence on defense, especially last 5 games last year, regular season into the playoffs, had a sack. In the last 5 games, he had the sack against Fort Scott to close up that win on the road. He's going to be big on the rush again this year, and again looks to fill in the shoes of Kendall Smith, also a premier pass rusher that graduated the senior from last year. Gavin Rhodes, he's going to be kind of the anchor of the offensive defensive line, and he brings that charisma and that swagger. He can really kind of get that team flowing in the right direction if things are not going in the right way. But he's going to be big. Talking with Coach Bond before the game, and he said he's going to really rely on Gavin to really kind of help the offensive defensive lines come along as the season goes, as Tongi's going to be coming in a little bit undersized compared to a lot of teams that they play. But with Gavin Rhodes, the dude's a big guy, and he is well veteran too. This is his 3rd year at the varsity level, Denny. So he's going to be really heavily relied on to help this offensive defensive line comes along. Because you and I know the success of a team, and the offense especially, they only go as the offense and the D-line goes.
Yeah, no question about it. And he's usually one in the trenches, and having Gavin in there to anchor both sides of that thing is going to be a big deal for the Chieftains this year.
And another one right in the middle before we wrap up here, John Golba. Now, John Golba, senior this year, he filled in at the center position last year. If you remember, TJ Leeper, he got hurt. The offensive line had to get shuffled around a little bit. Zach Fisher, first team all-league at center last year, had to get moved from center. They moved him over to guard. John Golba helped fill in the spot, then coming on as a junior. He did a great job. I can only count in high-pressure games, too. That was in the year, the overtime win against Ottawa, and, of course, all the playoff games. I can only count of one bad snap, and it was one that just kind of rolled back. He got it out of his system early. From then, he was lights out. And he was a force in the middle of that offensive line as well. So really look forward to seeing him anchoring this offensive line this year as well. So again, those were our team analysis brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. We'll get into our player spotlight and starting lineups next on Tongi Sports Live, presented once again by Kansas Insurance.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus, or go to tongirec.org.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a 5th-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable, cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities and space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
The Tonganoxie
We're back S&S Body pregame show. You see the tunnel is lined with the cheer and dance team awaiting the arrival of the Chieftains and the Wildcats. Both teams still in the locker room, have not come out yet. Then let's get to our player spotlight side presented by Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. And I feel like when you're coming into a game like this, new quarterbacks on both sides. We talked about Bodie Maslak for Tonganoxie. It's Max Amron, the junior, going to take over quarterback for Louisburg. Of course, they had the years very successful with Declan Battle. Alex Sod got the starting role last year. He did a great job, and now we're going to see the junior Max Amron make his first start at the varsity level. So I feel like when you got 2 quarterbacks, one a sophomore, one a junior, both making their first starts at the varsity level, I feel like those have to be your player spotlights for tonight. Would you disagree?
No question about it, partner. Like we talked about, you want to minimize those first game jitters. And, like I said, if you're the coaches for both teams, I think you should start the game out with some easy reads and some easy passes for these young quarterbacks to get them a little confidence before they try and go down the field.
No doubt about it. The one advantage Bodie does have is he did get to play significant snaps last year and really came in that first round playoff win where Tongi beat Schlegel. It was a game that was over by the first quarter, so they got the second string, the JV guys in, so I could start to see the Chieftains line up out of the locker room. He really got a good amount of snaps in that Schlegel game. He did appear in the final regular season game against Ottawa, where he did have a 10-yard rushing touchdown. His very first carry as a varsity quarterback went for 10 yards and a touchdown. And then again, that Schlegel game, he went 4-10 to the air, 58 yards and 1 passing touchdown and 38 rushing yards as Louisburg is welcomed on to the field here. So Bodie, again, his first official start, but he has had some experience out on the field. There were even some times where there would be special play designs where they would give him the ball and he would just run with it, kind of design packages for him. Now this year, obviously the offense being built around him. So we'll see what all changes as the Chieftains making their way out of the tunnel, and they're going to be welcomed by the home crowd here tonight. Always good when you can get your week 1 matchup to play in front of the hometown crowd.
Nothing like it. You know what it's like running through that tunnel, partner.
It is a high in life that you are not going to find much anywhere else. Running out of that tunnel in front of the fans
on a Friday
night. Lights are bright. And, of course, here in week 1, we've been waiting so long for football. College came back last weekend and the weekend before. NFL back last night. Now let's get high school football ready to rock and roll. Coin toss coming up here, but let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight for Tongi, presented by Crookham Construction, performing a wide variety of concrete construction and special project services throughout the area. They're hardworking people with small town family values. Find more information at crookhamconstruction.com. Again, with that offense, like I mentioned,
Baslak, Martin going to be the backfield. Marin's, Landon Ruff, Kipton Harder going to be the other two receivers. And there's going to be plenty of bodies. This is just a starting lineup, but there's so many different players that you're going to see out on offense and defense this year. And we can't wait for you guys to really get a great look at every single one of them. Looking at that offensive line, Gavin Rhodes and his brother Brendan anchoring that left side. John Golba in the center. Hayden Overmiller at right guard. Braden Seymour at right tackle. So I guess you could say, Denny and Tongi, it's right side and then road side on the left side. I think that's what we
That's a good one, partner.
That's a good one. So we'll keep an eye on that. Elijah Holtau is going to be ahead of that passing rush on defense coming off the edge. Overmiller and Golba in the center. Gavin Rhodes, the other DN. Joel Murray is going to be the starting linebacker with Owen Robbins, Jack Reichman, Kipton Harder, Blake Riedel, Hunter Neihart, and Kason Lindsay going to be getting reps out there in the defensive secondary. Again, your starting lineup tonight presented by Crookham Construction. So coin is in the air at midfield. Captain's out at. So Tongi has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So Louisburg will be with the ball first. We'll get our first look at junior Max Amron at quarterback, and we'll get a first look at this Chieftain defense out on the field first. And again, you have been watching the S&S Body pregame show as we are ready to get things started. And Denny, as always, how about some First Security Bank keys to the game? Week 1,
Yep.
A lot of new faces, a lot of new players filling in some big roles for both teams, but especially for Tongi. What does a win in Week 1 look like tonight for these Chieftains?
Well, I think, like we talked about earlier, partner, is you got to keep the opening game jitters down to a minimum, especially with young teams on both sides. You know, that can be a real factor. Those things will lead to turnovers and penalties, and as we know, that'll kill you every time, no matter what level of this game is played. So, again, I think you need to get the quarterback started out early with some easy throws and some easy reads, and hopefully get off to a quick start. But, minimize those turnovers and penalties.
You look back at the last two matchups, it has been 1-point wins for Louisburg, and last year it was in overtime with the Chieftains going for 2 in the win at the end. We loved the call all the way. It just came up short in the end. It was a great game, as was the one before. But usually in that game, it came down to who had a big turnover, who had a big penalty at a big moment in a game, and especially last year where it was Week 1, just like it is this year, ended up being the difference in a win and a loss. So that can happen at any point in the year, but especially here in Week 1. And the jitters are high. Mistakes are going to happen. These guys are going to start getting into game shape physically and mentally, emotionally as well. So at the end of the day, it's just who could keep those in check better.
Yeah, the butterflies are always part of the game. They usually don't go away until first contact.
Right. You get that first contact. It was easy as a lineman myself. You got it right on the first play.
Yep.
For a receiver, you might have to wait a little bit. For a quarterback, obviously you want to wait a long time before you ever feel contact, but never truer words spoken here. 2 contenders year in, year out in the Frontier League open up the 2025 season. Cody Loud, the returning sophomore, boots it away, and here we go. Fair catch is called for at around the 22-yard line. That is where Louisburg will take over on offense first. 7-2 overall, 5-1 in league play a year ago. Fourth-year head coach Drew Harding was once a starting quarterback back in 2009 with these Louisburg Wildcats, now coming back and being the head coach many years as an assistant. 24-5 overall record, some of the best guys you will see. Mentioned the experience and the return of varsity play from last year, fairly minimal. One of those we're going to be calling a lot is kind of utility man Blaze Vose. His older brother Miles Vose was a nice, pleasant surprise for Coach Harding's squad last year. But again, it starts with the young junior Max Amron. He's going to hand it off, and the Chieftains are there. Elijah Holthouse first to wrap him up there. Didn't take him too long to get his first contact of the season there, did he?
It did not, man. He saw that handoff. He crashed down and made the tackle.
They tried to get it there to Blaze Vose, and he goes nowhere. No gain indeed. Wildcats will huddle it up again on 2nd and 10. Holthouse was a second-team All-League member last year as a tight end. He did not get any recognition as a defensive end. I'm sure he's going to be looking to change that this year. Already making an impact on play number 1. 2nd and 10, man in motion out of the backfield is Vose, and he will give it to him as Amran gets around one block, trying to make a couple of Chieftains miss, and it's finally wrapped up as he crosses the 35-yard line. Contact made. Kipton Harder came flying in there, number 5 for the Chieftains, but that's enough for a first down for Louisburg. Moves the chains.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Kipton.
First completion for Ameren, and he dishes it out to Vose, and he's able to pick it up. Fresh set of downs already for Louisburg after getting no gain.
Quarterback option.
Pitches it out. Vose snags it with one hand. Nice play. And again, around the edge it goes. He gets about half of it. Marked him out just shy of the Louisburg 45-yard line. Might move it back to, well, back a little bit further. To the 43 it goes.
He must have stepped out of bounds.
On the carry.
Chieftains need to bow their neck here and make a stop.
2nd and 4.
And Louisburg has had the advantage in recent matchups with Tonganoxie. They've beaten them the last 4 times. Chieftains have not won since the COVID year back in 2020.
The Declan battle last year was just a beast to handle.
Fumbled snap, and right there at the line, and it looks like the Wildcats were fortunate, able to get back on top of that one, but a little muffled snap there.
Yeah, that's some of those opening game jitters we're talking about. Big third down here for the Chieftains. See if they can get off the field.
Chieftain fans, get loud. It's 3rd down.
Now here comes the crowd trying to rally behind. Defense looking for a 3rd down stop. 3rd and 4. Closing in, still 10 to go in this opening quarter. Opening drive of the season for the Wildcats on offense.
I'd look for him to throw here.
Ameren
option
going to keep us up. It was a Wildcat formation, and the Chieftains snuff it out.
They sure did. Nicely done.
Ended up being Ameren that took the snap. I thought initially it was Vose, but it was Ameren trying to run it out. Design quarterback keep, and the Chieftains put up a wall to take denied.
Again, Holthouse sealed that off extremely well.
So here we go. A loss of a couple yards on that play. Call it 2. 4th and 6 brings on the punting unit.
Oh, bad snap.
And not going to be a very great punt either. Over on that far side, it goes in the Chieftain territory, bounces out right around the 40-yard line, right at the 40-yard line. That is where the offense will take over.
Good field position for the Chieftains for their first drive.
Just like you mentioned, the snap not ideal, not perfect on that last play either.
Okay, Chieftains getting ready for their first snap on offense.
Woody Mazlak in the backfield, and just a little too eager to get going there. Our first penalty of the game. Number 71, they say, for the Chieftain. It's Braden Seymour, the lineman. But he also had the man in the backfield. He was getting a little too far up on his toes. Very anxious to get going there. Backs the Chieftains up 5 yards, 1st and 15. Mazlak, design keeper. Cuts it back in the middle, takes a hit. Ameren, two-way player on defense and offense. He's the one that made the hit on Mazlak. He picked up a good chunk. Gets those 5 yards back in and a couple more.
Mazlak showing off the speed there.
Two receivers near side. 2nd and 9 play. He'll come to the
there
near side.
That's that wide receiver screen we're talking about.
And Jacob Marin's going to use his speed and agility to get up the near sideline. First down and more. For the Chieftains, they go into Wildcat territory.
That's what we had talked about, partner. That wide receiver screen. That's an easy throw for Bodie Mazlak, and Jacob Marin's made the most of it.
Got that for a quick little 21-yard strike there.
Yeah, that was nice. I like that call by the coaches, getting Bodie that easy throw right off the bat for a big 21-yard gain.
First snap in Louisburg territory for the Chieftains. Another keep for Bodie on that left side. Has some space, makes a cut.
Man, he is elusive. Nice run by Bodie.
Definitely, we talk a lot about Declan Battle, former quarterback for Louisburg, and I'm sure his name, again, one of the greats we've seen in the Frontier League. We'll continue to talk about him, but does Bodie and, sophomore year, going into junior and senior year, he's got kind of the same tools in the toolbox to really be kind of like the next Declan Battle of this league.
Yeah, he does have the tools. He doesn't quite have the size that Battle had, but, man, he is quick.
Got a pass. Throws a little bit low, but going to scoop it up. No, they say incomplete.
Yeah, he said it bounced.
Incomplete pass.
So just scraping on the ground, Landon Ruff going to tried his best, but they rule it incomplete. 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, Landon made a valiant effort for it, but he just couldn't get his hands under it.
Landon Ruff, again, one of the many familiar names you're going to be hearing more and more this year. A 5'8", 150-pound junior. Wears number 7 out on the field.
Blake Riedel in the backfield right now. Let's see what we do here.
5th play of this opening Chieftain drive. 2 runs, 2 passes. What will they go with here? 3rd down and 4.
Give
it up the middle. Riedel runs into a wall and is taken down, and he's going to be short, so ball will be placed right at the 30. An early decision here for Coach Troyer.
I think it's 4 down territory. Yeah, it looks like they're going to stay out there. I think it's a good decision by Coach.
4th and 2. He needs to get to the 28. Ball is at the 30. Not afraid to go for it early here. Love to see this. Bodie will keep it himself. Got to stretch it out, and he is not going to get there. Tracked down from behind. Could not get around the reach of the sophomore John Getterman. And the Chieftains will turn it over on downs on their opening drive of the season.
I still like the call.
No doubt about it.
Definitely out of field goal range, and if you punt, you never know.
Third rush for the sophomore, just could not get around the edge on that right side. Trying to stretch it out, needed 2 yards, ended up losing 1. And Louisburg right back out on the field. First and 10 at their own 32, and whistles will blow again here. And we have a timeout going to be taken here, Coach Harding.
Yeah, I think the time was running close for him. Play clock was running down.
So our first timeout of the game going to be taken here. If you're Denny, no better time to get a little history 101 here, presented by Kansas City, Kansas Community College. Whether you're in high school or graduated college, KCKCC is in your backyard. Check out how college can help you today at kckcc.edu. So Tonganoxie and Louisburg, 10th ever matchup between these two. Louisburg leading the all-time series 6-3. They first met back in 1989, where the Wildcats won that game 22-6. The Chieftains won the following year in 1990, 20-8. They did not play again until 2018, once the Chieftains joined the newly revamped Frontier League. I mentioned it earlier, Louisburg has won the last 4 matchups going back to 2020, and 2 of the last 4 games decided by 1 point or fewer. Last 2 games decided by 1 point or fewer, and 2 of the last 4 went into overtime. So if history would tell us anything, is that to expect a close game tonight. Also, we're to note 3 of the last 4 matchups decided by 6 points or less.
Right.
So 1st and 10, and this time it's going to be a flag.
Man in motion there. See what the call's going to be.
Playing neutral zone infraction on the Chieftains.
Looks like that somebody must have been lined up off sides.
So we mentioned in the pregame show how important it is to try to stay clean on these penalties, especially week 1 early in the year. So far, 2 on the Chieftains done so far for Louisburg. Still 7:15 to go in the opening quarter, but something to keep an eye on as this game continues to roll along. Tonganoxie was very susceptible to penalties last season. They got better as the year got along, but definitely in those first 2 weeks, they went to a quick 0-2 start, and penalties, fairly big reason for it. Here's a little pitch here. And a good tackle
coming in from that secondary again for Tonganoxie. As I believe, again, Kipton Harder was the one that made the first contact. Tried to toss it around there to Getterman. Made the big tackle on the turnover on downs of the Chieftain offense. They tried to get him the ball there, and he gets the Wildcats 8 on that run. Fake the toss. Amron rolling out to his right. Throws, looks for a man. Caught at midfield. And again, it's Getterman. They call his number back-to-back plays, didn't he?
Yeah. It was a nice throw, too.
Perfect 10-yard strike. Another fresh set of downs.
Louisburg first down.
How about that for a nice little confidence build there for
no question.
Junior quarterback getting his first start at the varsity level. Nice design, roll out, plenty of space, threw it on a strike into some pretty good coverage from the defense too, but so they would have put it right on the 3 of Getterman.
Nicely done there by Joel Marie.
Joel Murray. Hip, hip, Murray. That's a good way to remember it there.
There you go.
The 5'8", 177-pound junior. He's
nice tackle.
Tremendous athlete on the field. He's very great in the graphics and the media department at the school as well. He's one, if you ever see any of the hype videos posted by Tongi High School before a football game or whatever, he's the one that is usually behind making those. He released the one earlier today, and it was phenomenal. Got a lot of views on all the social medias, and he's out there at the starting linebacker position, and he gets a nice tackle there. 2-yard loss, puts the Cats behind the stick, 2nd and 12. Amron, another rollout, has space, throws to the sideline, a little bit high. Trying to find his man, Ricky Giles, one of the returning seniors, one of those 4 returning starters from last year.
Gavin Rose being double teamed, you can see that there, but you know, when he takes up 2 blockers, that means somebody is open.
Mm-hmm. Chieftain fans, it's 3rd down.
Gavin coming out for a blow.
Got Holthouse still in there, Golba in the middle. Hayden Overmiller, the other D tackle, and Braden Seymour, the other defensive end. 3rd down and 12 here.
Be nice to hold him here.
Amron to throw, pressure coming, able to get it away and incomplete. And the bolt rush from Elijah Holthouse forced Amron to get rid of that ball early, and another punt forced by this Chieftain defense.
Yeah, Holthouse had a bull rush going on there, and he just pushed his defender right back into the quarterback. That's how you do it.
2 drives right now where it would be 2 punts, unless if you're going to get in your bag of trickery here if you're Coach Harding. But 4th and 12 on your side of the field, I don't expect that to happen here. But
yeah, they're probably going to try and play the field position game here. Chieftains low.
Ricky Giles to punt. Number 4, Keeson Lindsay back to return for the Chieftains. Lindsay, a junior for the squad this year. Nearly deflected again by Holthouse. Got that long arm that reached the wingspan, just wasn't able to get it, and this punt will lose steam at the 15-yard line.
Chieftains will have a long way to go.
Looking back, that first drive for Bodie Maslach, not too bad. 1-3. Did have that 21-yard completion to Jacob Marins. Had a couple of rushes there, and eventually his third one, minus a yard. It was 4th and 2. But like we said, Denny, that's going to be a play when we look back at this game. You and I, 100%, we agreed with the call then. Still agree with it now. Loved that on 4th and 2. You didn't get it that time, but your defense answered the bell on the other end, getting the punt. So now this offense for their second drive. Let's see what they can do. Starting back at a little bit further back. What, my goodness. Dropping it in the bucket to Marins.
Shout out to that offensive line. Did you see the time Bodie had?
No doubt about it. Blanket coverage from Amron and Cole Heinrich for Louisburg. Marins just splits the gap, and Bodie Maslach, he does the rest.
I mean, he dropped a dime in there to his receiver. It was just awesome. Marins did a nice job securing the ball and making the most of it. That'll give a young quarterback some confidence.
How about Marins? 2 catches, 53 yards already.
No kidding.
Another keep for Bodie. He's going to cut it up the middle, hit and wrapped, brought down. Murphy Adams, the junior tackle, was the one that brought him down. So this is something like we were talking in the SS Body pregame show where Tonganoxie in the past, and don't have to go back very far. Talon Langford last year, versatile quarterback, had the ability to run, and I feel like him and Bodie, they're kind of two different running quarterbacks. They're kind of cut from different cloths, if you will. And this is really the first time that someone like Tonganoxie has had this kind of little short, compact, speedy package with Mazlak compared to Langford, where he can run, but very physical as well, as that one will go awry and complete.
A little miscommunication there, I think, on the route.
Yeah, I just cannot wait as the season goes along and Bodie continues to get more and more comfortable in this system and what Coach Troyer will decide to do as far as different packages to continue to confuse the defenses where you could have him. And we mentioned Martin, Blake Riedel. We've seen a lot getting snaps back in the running back position already. A lot of good running threats on this offense for the Chieftains. Third down and 8 near midfield for the Chieftains. They had that big 32-yard strike. Trying to keep the line moving here. Pass is caught out of the sideline. He finds Blake Riedel, and again, it's going to be another 4th and 1 play, and I imagine they're going to go for it here.
Yep, I think they will. Okay, you got to like it. See if the O-line can get a push here.
First completion to a receiver not named Jacob Marins. The Chieftains 0 for 2 on 3rd down, trying to avoid 0 for 2 on 4th downs. Bodie, the lone man in the backfield. They loaded up on that right side. That's where he goes. He gets to the 40. That's where he needed. And a 4th down conversion picked up by Tonganoxie.
Bodie Mazlak on the carry for 2 yards. Good for another Chieftain.
How about that? We talked a lot about the student body formation last year where, they were just completely loaded up on one side. That was kind of like the same breed as that, loaded up on that right side and the telling side to the defense. And nothing's more frustrating where the defense can tell where a run's going and they still can't stop it. That will drive a defense crazy, and the Chieftains just did it there. They needed one. He got about 2 or 3 for good measure. To pass again, Mazlak rolls out to his left. Here he goes. Off in the middle of the field, he slides, and they will mark him at looks like the 32-yard line. Surveying, nobody open. He says, I'm a pretty versatile guy. I can run with the ball. Let's do it. Plenty of green grass up the middle. He slid to avoid contact, and that could be very important for him to do. We mentioned with him being a little undersized right now. Again, only a sophomore, still plenty of time to grow. 5'7", 152 pounds, the now sophomore. Picked up 7 on that scamper.
Turning something into nothing.
Fakes to give, now throws, towards the middle and almost intercepted. Wow. It was Amron that had his hands on it, but from receiver to defensive back, having to go there for Kipton Harder as he just knocked that ball loose out of the hands of Amron. And for Bodie Mazlak, fortunate he did not just throw that interception.
Yeah, Kipton did a good job. He saved his quarterback there.
Again, something all throughout this year, the sophomore quarterback, he will make plays, he will make mistakes. Everybody does in this game, but especially when you're trying to find your stride as the starting quarterback. That one, obviously not the best throw of Bodie, but let's see if he learns from it what he can do here. 3rd down and 3. Option, fakes the pitch, takes it himself. Good read by Bodie Mazlak.
That was a good read.
Down at the 28-yard line. Chieftains getting close to the red zone.
Bodie Mazlak on the carry for 4 yards. Good for Chieftains.
Yeah, Bodie read his blocks well there and picked up the necessary yardage.
Already his 7th rush of the night. Roll out. Mazlak trying to get away, and he won't. Like just able to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. If not, he lost a yard.
He might have lost a yard on that one.
Bodie Maslak on the carry. Loss of 1.
Yeah, loss of 1 officially in the books. And under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Chieftains at least need to run 1 or 2 more plays. Communicating to the line, time is running down, and now Coach Troyer will be forced to take his first time out of the ball game. And the young quarterback trying to relay over to that offense. Week 1, got to knock the rust off of the communication. Time running out. Troyer avoids the penalty, will elect to take the timeout instead. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Your home for live local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Welcome back. Beatty Field at Tonganoxie, Kansas. Tonganoxie High School, 43 seconds and some change still left to be played here in the opening quarter. Both teams have spent 1 timeout so far. This is a 2nd and 11 after Maslak suffering a 1-yard loss after trying to break out of a very clustered pocket. Pulls it out of the gut of Riedel. Plenty of space on the right side, trying to use the speed, and he gets around a defender. It's Getterman, and he gets a big hand of that cloth of the jersey, and he's able to pull Maslak down. It still will bring up a 3rd and manageable, at least here for the Chieftains. Tongi does not have to run a play here if they don't want to. 30 seconds on the play clock. Game clock now 15 seconds, and all indication looks like they'll go to the other end of the field.
So far, a defensive struggle.
So far, nothing score. 1 down, 3 to go here from Beatty Field. Kickoff of the 2025 football season on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back here, start of the second quarter. Here on Tongi Sports Live, Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan. 6th year covering Chieftain athletics on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Chieftain still with the football and still running here. How about this extra effort, Blake Riedel. Yeah. Running strong, looking like older brother Corbin on that carry.
Blake Riedel on the carry.
Well, we know how tough he is. He's a wrestler.
Gets that first down, and that was a 3rd down and 4. Big play.
Yeah, he
did. The second drive for the Chieftains, and he gets the conversion and some extra yardage after.
Yeah, Blake just refusing to go down there. Picking up the needed yardage for a first down.
1st and 10 at
the Louisburg 13, well into the red zone, and it looks like another timeout spent here for Louisburg and Coach Harding. So that'll leave them with one remaining as we just not even a minute here into the second quarter.
Tonganoxie High School would like to thank a few of our sponsors for their support. Lynch Real Estate, M&E Rentals and Construction.
Chieftains still with 2 remaining. And Denny, I know we haven't even put the second drive into the books yet here for the Chieftains, but the defenses look strong. They forced 2 punts in the first quarter, and the defense has shown strides here. What's your early takeaways?
Well, I think the Chieftains are starting to get it figured out on offense here, so hopefully they can punch this in, take the lead, and put even more pressure on the Wildcats.
You mentioned the offensive line multiple times tonight for Tonganoxie. What are you seeing from them early here?
Well, on that last drive, they went on the roadside, and they were able to pick up the first down. I mean, they were like road graders out there making a path for him.
The road raiders, road warrior. I mean,
road grader,
road graders, roadside. There are so many. We just need to start making T-shirts. That's what it is. Gavin and Brennan on the left tackle and left guard combo.
Yep.
This offensive line. I'm sure there will be more names for the tandem that we'll come up with as the season goes along. I'm well sure. So after the second timeout and a half spent by Louisburg, 1st and 10 at the 13 for Tongi, knocking on the door of the first score of the season. Run again over on that right side, and a pretty decent gain. Got nearly half of it.
Yeah.
Blake Riedel on the carry.
As it continues to be Blake Riedel. So again, I prefaced when we did the starting lineups that it was given to me Brady Martin was going to be the starting running back. He got some reps as a starting running back through the Jamboree at the Free State last week, but I was well told that expect Blake Riedel to get a good dose of carries too. And so far, it's been that tandem of Maslak and Riedel in the backfield.
Riedel's not going down on first contact.
Riedel, the junior, Maslak, the sophomore. This could be a fun tandem to watch over the next few years. Here's Bodie on a keeper. Takes it close to the 5-yard line. Strong run from Bodie. Right at the 5-yard line. Looks like that's where they'll mark him on a 4-yard scamper.
Again, reading his blocks well. Yeah, down close to the 5-yard line. Chieftains need to punch this in here. Big third down.
And our first score of the game could be looming. 3rd and 2 at the 5. Up the middle. Needed 2, and he got it.
Yep.
And a couple more. Goal to go now for the Chieftains.
Knocking on the door now.
It's been a heavy rush attack for the Chieftains. Only 2 completions so far for Maslak at 21 yards and 32 yards, and he had the third one for 7, so 3 total. 3 of 7 in the ball game thus far. Looking at punching in, 2 yards out. Riedel up the middle.
He must be right at the goal line.
Your side spot says he just got back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain for Riedel.
2nd and goal.
Yeah, we know goal to go here. This is going to be 4-down territory. No hesitation for the Chieftains. So 3 downs to get 2 yards. Maslak takes it himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. And it's Bodie Maslak. Who else?
Nicely done.
A 2-yard rushing touchdown gets the Chieftains on the board for the first time in 2025. Extra point pinning here from Cody Lobb.
Cody Lobb on the kick.
2-way player, also soccer star for the Tongi soccer team.
Kipton harder to hold.
Good snap, good hold. Lobb. He does the rest.
The kick is good.
Nice drive for the Chieftains. Their second of the season after having a turnover on downs on the first. They go right down the field. Riedel and Maslak. That tandem bringing the Chieftains along as Maslak punches it in from 2 yards out. 7-0. 9:01 to go here in the second quarter.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, They always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-35.
Quickly out of the timeout, Lob boots it in the air. Fair catch called for, and a little confusion there. Getterman and Heinrich bumping into each other, but fair catch called for and secure. Louisburg takes over at their own 21-yard line. So successful second drive for the Chieftains. They go down the field and score. 2-yard rushing touchdown for Bodie Maslak, and Chieftains early lead here against Louisburg, looking for the first win since 2020 against these Wildcats. Louisburg has taken the last two matchups by 1 point. Ameren and company going to look for an answer here. Tailback, give it to him. Bose, not going to get far. 57 used to be Cale Dye. It is now Owen Robbins, a junior linebacker, also be an offensive lineman if you need him, but showing the reason there why he's put on that defensive side. A big wrap-up for a loss of 1. Almost coming through untouched. Made it look really easy there for Robbins to get in the backfield, make that play. Still have it at 2nd and 10, but a loss of 1, so 2nd and 11. Ameren will throw down the line, caught and secured with some space and some blockers, and will take it up to around the 30-yard line.
Close to the first down.
Catch and run there. That's Martin Soto. And he does pick up that first down, didn't he?
Captain Harder a little bit gimpy there. I'm not sure if they're going to give him a substitution or not. It looks like he's going to stay in.
He's going to gut it out. Staying out there right now is harder. Bobbled, but secures. Quickly dumps it to those, and
nobody there.
1 red jersey, 2 red jerseys. You get the point.
Yeah.
Not going to get away from that cluster of Chieftains.
No, he brought that down in a sea of red.
And still able to at least get it back to the line of scrimmage. That had negative loss all written all over it, but back to the line of scrimmage it goes. Second and 10 play here for Louisburg. Those the tailback. Ameren, option, full head of steam, will take it himself. At the 40-yard line before he's tripped up. Blake Riedel in there to help make the stop. Right near the line to gain. Initial spot says he could be short. No, they're going to go ahead and give him the first down. I say it was either they were going to confer and say, I got a spot, says that he got it, or maybe they're even going to bring the chains in to possibly major. You don't see the chain gain all too often. It abolished from the NFL. They now got the bird's eye technology, whatever it is, the kind of automatic line. So I'm glad we still have the chain gains here at the high school level. I love it.
Yeah. The old ways are slowly going by the wayside, partner.
10-yard rush there from Ameren. Looking to do it again. Nice cut. Little hurdle. Ameren past the 45. Showing off a little bit of the versatility we're so used to seeing from the signal caller for Louisburg in battle many, many years. Alex Saad, that ability to get out of the pocket and run. Seeing that early here now from Max Ameren. Just a third rush on the night for Ameren. Got half of it. 2nd and 5 coming up here near midfield. Louisburg trying to answer the Tongi touchdown. It's time to let Blaze Vose, and Vose just not able to get away. He's still on his feet, but the play was blow dead. Chieftains again on that right side of the defensive line, left side of the offensive line. They are just not allowing Vose to get around that easy. As more rapid substitutions will be made on that defensive line with Golba and Rhodes now being checked out. Over Miller, Seymour, Holthouse still out there. And another third down looming here.
Yeah, it's important to keep fresh legs out there.
I think they're actually going to say that Vose lost a yard on that play.
Looked like it.
Wildcats have not been able to convert a third down yet. 0 for 2. Their 2 drives ending the 2 punts. Now a throw here, complete. That's their first third down conversion on a quick strike to Ricky Giles. And a much needed one there for Louisburg, too. First reception of the night for the senior, Ricky Giles.
Just nice execution there by the Bulldogs.
Giles last year, he was featured more as a return man on special teams. What'd you call him?
I call them the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, yeah. We have Broncos, we got Bulldogs, we got Wildcats. We got them all here in the Frontier League. First and 10 on the 10-yard strike to Giles, and you mentioned him and many others in there. Getting back, wrapping up Ameren, and another 1-yard loss for Louisburg.
Tackle by a slew of Chieftains.
A slew of Chieftains, perfectly said by our PA announcer.
Holthouse was the first one there. Teammates can congratulate him.
So far, potential Defensive Player of the Year campaign for Elijah Holthouse. It's off to a pretty good start through about a little over a quarter and a half.
No question about it.
Been looking explosive. Have him standing up, guarding the man out of the slot, outside linebacker, and they give it to him. Getterman gets tripped up as he passes the Chieftain 40.
John Guterman on the carry.
Oh, that's one way to keep Holthouse out of the play, is run it away from him.
That's true. He gets half of it there, 3rd and 5. Wildcats are able to convert 1. There's a 11-yard strike from Ameren to Giles. Chieftain defense, meanwhile, looking for another stop. Ball is at the Tongi 39-yard line. Starting to hear that student section get involved in this game, trying to let their presence be felt. Ameren, left side, gets around one arm tackle and gets the first down.
They had him stopped for no gain, but Ameren able to get by him and pick it up.
You hear it all the time, but if you don't want to try to reach out, arm tackle, you want to put a shoulder on him, wrap him up around the hips, bring him down, and that's exactly why there just could not get the full grasp of Ameren, and he makes the Chieftains pay for it. Back-to-back third down conversions here for Louisburg, by far their best looking drive of the night, looking for it to end in points. Under 2.5 to go till halftime. Chieftains won the toss and deferred. They will get the ball to start the third quarter. Sure well on the mind of Louisburg. Ameren fakes to give, now fires, has his man. Wrapped up by Blake Greedle, and again they go to Getterman.
Another solid game.
John Guterman.
Let's go, defense!
Second and 3.
Now this Chieftain defense just a little back on their heels now. It's by far their longest defensive drive of the season. Again, everyone's not quite in full game shape yet. I know it's been a full season of the training and the camps, jamborees, but even if you go through all that, you still got to find a way to get in game shape. And it takes 2 or 3 weeks to really get into that full stride. For both teams feeling a little bit winded out there. Both teams featuring a lot of two-way players. Ameren, a draw up the middle. He gets tripped up, but not before he picks up that first down. Go to the Bob Ross portion of the play call there. A little draw up the middle for a 5-yard gain. You get the Bob Ross reference there? Okay, just want to make sure. in Louisburg. 1 timeout remaining. Trying to milk as much of this clock as they can. It's now at the 15 as we're approaching a minute to go.
Yeah, they don't want to give the ball back to the Chieftains with any time left.
Just now getting close to sunset here in Tonganoxie. Amron fakes the pitch now, trying to stretch it out, breaks some tackles, and Max Amron will trot in for a 15-yard touchdown. And what an answer from Louisburg under a minute to go. Tongi will still have a chance to make something happen before halftime, but by far the best drive for the Louisburg Wildcats tonight, and it ends in 6 points. 7 pending the extra point. Max Amron coming alive with his legs. Well, looking over at the other sideline at Bodie Maslak and saying, look, anything you can do, I can do just as good. Extra point on the way and good from Vose. So just like that, Chieftains open up the second quarter with the score. Wildcats could potentially wrap up the second quarter with the score. What else would you expect between these two? Did you learn anything from your history? 7-7, Chieftains and Wildcats on Tongi Sports Live.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by. Hers Incorporated.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Wildcats tie us up at 7, a 15-yard rushing touchdown from Max Amron. Just on that drive alone, about to the tune of 35 rushing yards for Amron, capped off by that 15-yard touchdown scamper. And now for the Chieftains here, I think you come out here, you still have all 3 timeouts. You're getting the ball to start the second half. I think you come out not uber aggressive. Obviously, here in week 1, you don't want to be reckless with the ball, but I don't think you come out here and just take a knee and try to go into, or just get a run play and then a knee. I think you're going to be aggressive here and try to make something happen. You do have the luxury with Cody Lobb, who once you get into that field goal range of around 30 yards or so, it's where you can really see him step in there. He made one as a freshman last year, so that's what I'm basing it off of. I imagine that leg strength and accuracy has gotten better over the summer and the offseason, but we'll just wait and see. Chieftains get it 1st and 10 at the Louisburg 20. Maslak will look left, now throw right. Caught, now peeling it back up the middle, breaking some tackles. How about this run? Jacob Marins takes it close to the 40, and Tongi will take one of those timeouts. They won't. The clock will be stopped while they spot the ball, but an injury for Louisburg will stop things right now.
And a Louisburg timeout for injury.
And it'll be a Louisburg timeout for injury. 10-plus yard connection from Maslak to Marins. 37.7 seconds, and with the injury timeout, we'll step aside here for a moment on Tongi Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to SNS Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. SNS has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehousetonganoxie.org.
The injury timeout, Chieftains have it. Clock starts running again, 35 seconds and counting. Mazlak, another quick give, this time on the left side. Splits the window. Jacob Marins showing off the speed at the 30 and taken out of bounds near the 25.
Jacob Marins with a big catch and run.
To the tune of 31 yards, catch and run, Jacob Marins.
Boy, and that those yards after catch will really make your quarterback look good, too.
No, and for the senior, starting your senior campaign, you have 4 catches, and all of them have been at least for 17 yards or more. The last one as big as at 31.
Right.
What a first half it's been for him.
No question.
And he gets out of bounds, so Chieftains still, their timeouts in their back pocket. Mazlak to throw again. Look at all that space. Will throw. Marins again. Has it. Wow. Defender coming in just a little late was Gage Feldkamp. And now I think the Chieftains will take one of those timeouts here. Stops the clock at 20.2 seconds. So here we go. The second drive for Tongi on the touchdown, fueled by the rushing attack. And now here, under a minute to go. And yeah, let's see Buddy Mazlak sliding that thing around the field a little bit. He's looking really sharp, and him and Jacob Marins, just unbelievable, that connection so far here. They've been nearly unstoppable.
Yeah, no question. Nicely done. Mazlak is on the money, and Marins is just racking up the yards after catch.
They spot the ball at the Louisburg 19. Keep it here for time being. About 30 seconds coming out of this timeout. And folks, want to tell everybody to stick around for the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show, our first half recap and analysis, and try to give some updates on some scores. Also happening around from our Week 1 area matchups, all that and more coming up during the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. 7-7 ball game here. Two scores on 2 straight drives between Tonganoxie and Louisburg. Chieftains looking to make it 3 and retake the lead. Mazlak rolled to his left after looking right, finds his man, but through his hands, incomplete. Was a little high, but definitely one. I think if you ask number 22, Paxton Summers, he's got to bring that one in. First time we've called Paxton Summers' name tonight, the sophomore running back, linebacker. Measurables 5'11", 160 pounds, good frame for a sophomore. Summers staying in the backfield with Mazlak on his left hip. 15 seconds to go till half. Bodie to throw. Wants to take an end zone shot. Steps up in the pocket. Plenty of green grass. Finds her. And they haven't given the official signal yet. Going to converse with his foot on the line. Home crowd wants a touchdown. No, they're gonna say he's out at the. They're gonna say he's out at the 1 yard line. Is that what they're gonna say?
Yeah.
Oh man!
It looked to me like he was in the end zone when he caught it, but he must not have been.
I bobbled my words there at the Inks. Again, this offensive line. We got a lot to talk about the offensive line for the Chieftains at halftime, because man, they have put on a show, and no better example there. Pressure coming around. Mazlak, the wherewithal to step up, and that interior lineman. I mean, this is what you see out of Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey with the Chiefs. I mean, they were just knocking bodies over like bowling pins, and Mazlak had plenty of room, was able to survey and find Holthaus, which initially was stopped for a touchdown, but they're going to say he was out just at the 1 yard line. I mean, right at the 1 yard line is where they're going to put it. Just an 18-yard completion. That was Isaiah
7.6 seconds left.
It was Elijah Holthaus. He was looking like Isaiah, his older brother out there from a couple of years ago, bringing in passes, but goal to go at the 1. 7.6 seconds.
Chiefs looking to punch this one in.
Mazlak, he'll do it. Second rushing touchdown of the half and of the season for Bodie Mazlak.
That's how you respond, partner.
Bodie Maslak on the carry.
His last 2 rushes, 2-yard rushing touchdown, 1-yard rushing touchdown for Bodie Maslak. Puts the Chieftains back in front, 13-7. Extra point from Cody Lobb pending. And with 5 seconds, that's a textbook into the first half drive. And now a chance to potentially double dip for the Chieftains, barring a miraculous return on this ensuing kickoff return. Extra point on the way. It's high and it is good. Bodie Maslak, 2 rushing touchdowns here. 14-7, 5 seconds to go. We'll wrap up the second quarter on the other side here. You're watching Chieftain football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
$14-7 advantage for the Chieftain. We'll have a lot to break down in our White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. For the 6th year in a row, I'm Dylan Funk, joined alongside now for year 5 of you and I together on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dennis Drennan. Always great to be here in the press box with you, Denny.
Oh, it's always fun, partner.
You can be in the gym, you can be out at the baseball, softball. It doesn't matter. This is always great. Covering Chieftain athletics. Kick is away. Louisburg looking for a big return. This will be the final moments here in the first half, and that will do it. So a master class of a drive by the Chieftains, their 3rd of the game and last of the second quarter. Bodie Maslak finding his way for Jacob Morenz. They strike all the way down the field. 18 more yards at the end in the red zone to Elijah Holthouse, and then Bodie Maslak go with the 1. He rushes it in for his 2nd rushing touchdown. We'll break down the first half and more coming up in the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West Campus or go to tongirec.org.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a 5th-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable, cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Welcome back in here, the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Your halftime score, Chieftains 14, Wildcats 7. And White Birch Properties is ready to help you buy or sell that next home and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or give them a call at 913-417-1007 to speak with one of their agents today. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here as the band coming out on the field for halftime festivities. No score in the first quarter, Denny. All the scoring in the second quarter. We finished that first half with 3 straight drives with touchdowns, 2 for the Chieftains, both inside the 5 rushing touchdowns for Bodie Mazlak, one from 2 yards out, the other from 1. And then for Louisburg, it was a 15-yard rushing touchdown from their quarterback, Max Amertz. How about that? 3 rushing touchdowns. It's been all the quarterbacks doing the scoring, all with their legs. And make no mistake about it, though, as we'll start with Tonga here. On that last drive, it was Jacob Marins and Bodie Mazlak.
Yep.
They were just phenomenal. Could not be stopped. Under a minute to go, 3 timeouts for Coach Troyer. They start out that drive with a quick 17-yard strike and then a 31-yard strike, followed by 13 yards. The last one, 18 yards, went to Elijah Holthouse, and then, of course, Mazlak with the 1-yard scamper. Again, from this team, got a lot of holes to fill from the team last year, but so far for this Chieftain squad, on both sides, offense and defense, they've looked very impressive.
They really have, and that last drive by Bodie Mazlak, I mean, that was a textbook 2-minute drive. Ends in a score. I mean, you just couldn't draw it up any better than that.
I mean, here's just some quick numbers here for the Chieftains. Bodie Mazlak through the air, 7 of 12, 139 yards, no touchdowns. He nearly had 1 interception, but thankfully for his intended receiver, kind of turned into a defensive back, able to knock it loose. As far as rushing, again, I don't think we've seen Brady Martin take a carry tonight. He's been more on the defensive side, but it's been Blake Riedel for him so far. 5 carries, 19 yards. Bodie Mazlak, 12 carries, 41 yards, and those 2 rushing touchdowns. Jacob Marins, 5 receptions, 114 yards. It didn't take him more than 2 quarters to reach the century mark for the first time in the senior campaign.
Well, I think the young man's going to have a lot of confidence coming out here in the second half.
Oh, boy.
Holy cow.
And rightfully so. I mean, 5 receptions, 114 yards. The only thing he's missing is a touchdown or 2. Still another half to play. Elijah, his first reception, thought it was a 19-yard touchdown. They called him out at the 1, so 18 yards. And then Blake Riedel had 1 reception for 7 yards. Chieftains, 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. They're 1 for 2 on 4th downs. But really, they have, outside of the first couple of drives, they haven't been in many of those scenarios. They've been able to do great work on 1st and 2nd downs and early in the drives. And they've been able to hit pay dirt on it, at least to close out the final 2 drives. And when you had your first drive in on the turnover on downs and you follow up with your next 2 touchdown. How about for Louisburg? Only 1 offensive possession. It was a longer one, but only 1 offensive possession in that second quarter. And now for Tongi, they're going to come out of the locker room. They're going to get the ball. So by the time this, Max Amron and the rest of this Lewisburg offense is back out on the field, there could be very well over an hour of real time that has passed since they had taken a snap. So we'll see how that could possibly play out here. Again, it's very obvious to tell when you're looking out at the fans here tonight. It's a great night for football. Like I mentioned, weather is kind of dipping down into maybe the mid-60s or so. It's been beautiful all afternoon, all day, quite frankly, and a beautiful evening as well. And everybody kind of has one eye on the game on the field and another eye on their phones or whatever on the computer. Chiefs game going on right now, obviously. It looks like 10-0 Chargers. So Hoping the boys can get it rolling here soon. But right now, the Chieftains right here in front of us on the field, they have it rolling right now, 14-7, and they're going to get the ball coming out the locker room. When we come back at the White Birch Property halftime show, we're going to try to take a look around and get some scoring updates from those area matchups presented by Wizard of Paws next.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new chicken bacon ranch pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings mobster pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, April Air, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Back here again, 14-7 score here at Beatty Field, and we will take another look around at those area matchups that we gave you before the start of tonight's game, and these are brought to you by Wizard of Paws, and we will just scroll down and I will call them out as I see them on here. So again, with some UKC scores, we start kind of there in the middle with Piper and Topeka Seaman. It's the Pirates a 9-point lead there, 16-7 against the Vikings. Lansing Turner showing a 0-0 score right now, so I don't know if it's actually 0-0 or if it's just no one has reported yet. That could very well be the case. I guess we'll find out in the post-game show. DeSoto handling business against Topeka West, 34-0. Basler Linwood up 28-14 against Leavenworth. And see if there's any other ones that we might have left out there. Looking around, some of the Lawrence area scores, those are coming in. Bishop Miege and St. James Academy at the bottom of that graphic, 7-0. Thunder on top of the Stags. And Pittsburgh and Emporia, no score being reported there right now. Same with Shawnee Heights and Washburn Rural. About our action happening in and around the Frontier League. Obviously our game here, 14-7. Chieftains over the Wildcats. Fort Scott and Paola Panthers with the lead 7-0. Low scoring affair in that one. Same can be said for the Cyclones, hosting the Atchison Phoenix Cyclones with a 7-0 lead. Wildcats of Hayden, they are up 28-6 against the Eudora Cardinals, and the Spring Hill Broncos up 28-7 against the Bonner Springs Braves. And not able to find anything yet for Baldwin or Iola, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on those as we go along. Again, our score here, 14-7. Chiefs score 10-0 Chargers. Does look like the Chiefs are within the red zone, however, so we'll wait and see on that. Some other quick numbers while we have them here. We gave you the stats for Louisburg on the other side, and now just to give some stats for Tongan on the previous break, let's get some stats for Louisburg now. Max Amron, again, the 15-yard rushing touchdown for him, part of a 5-carry, 43-yard effort for him. 6 of 8 through the air. He's been fairly precise, pretty clean as far as hitting his targets. 53 total yards, no touchdowns yet. It's the rushing attack. We were expecting Blaze Vose to really get the majority of the carries. They were trying to go from him. He starts on the 6-yard carry, and his last 3 carries, they have been for negative yardages, loss of 2 and then loss of 1 and back-to-back carries. So he ends just 5 carries at 2 yards on the books to show for it. So they've kind of gone more to Amron, a little more option plays. And Amron, on that last offensive drive we saw Louisburg, they were able to have massive success, again, with that 15-yard rushing touchdown. Getterman's had 2 carries on end arounds for 13 yards, and receiving, you got Giles, 1 catch, 11 yards. Soto, 1 catch for 12 yards. Vose, 2 catches, 13 yards, and Gitterman, 2 catches, 17 yards through the air. Wildcats 2 of 4 on third downs in this game. Minute and a half until teams start to come out of the locker room. We'll put up another 3 minutes, give them a chance to warm up. Again, Chieftains deferred their option to the second half, so we will see the Chieftain offense out on the field. Again, when we come back here, we'll wrap up the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage. with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Ready to wrap it up here in the White Birch Properties Realty Executives halftime show. Under a minute till we get the second half started, Denny. Very impressive close to the first half for the Chieftains offensively and defensively. They seem to have everything going against this Louisburg squad. 7-point lead, about to get the ball back. What are you looking for in the second half?
Yeah, I think they stay aggressive on offense here, and if they can get a double dip, scoring right before the half and getting the ball back, if they could score again, I think they could get this Louisburg Wildcat team on their heels.
We will see what happens again. By the time the Wildcats get the ball back, I mean, we were closing in on nearly an hour of real time. Since,
especially if this is a long drive.
Yeah. Could be. I mean, maybe not quite exactly. 45 minutes or so. It depends. I mean, how long does Chieftain drive? It could very well end up being an hour. But, I mean, needless to say, it's been a long time since the Louisburg offense has been out on the field, which this early in the season, you got your guys. I know both these teams play players both ways, but it kind of gives your guys a chance to, get off their legs a little bit, rest. But also here, this early in the season, maybe you want to get out there and you want to try to get reps, mentally, physically, trying to get in a rhythm. And maybe a long break like this, maybe it could have a negative effect, especially after scoring that touchdown on their last drive. We'll have to wait and see. But we know the Chieftains are going to get the ball to open up the second half here with Marin's going back alongside Lindsay, as they will put their heels right at the 5-yard line, ready to return this. Blaze Vose will kick it away for the Wildcats. Start of the second half here. 2 down, 2 to go here at Beatty Field. It has been a just gorgeous night here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. The football gods have treated us very nicely.
Oh, no question.
Vose ready to boot it away. And all 3 scores came in the second quarter. See if offenses can carry that momentum with them here into the third. On the return and taken down just shy of the 25. Some extra pushing and shoving after the whistle, but nothing egregious. And the Chieftains are going to take over just shy of their own 25. Call it at the 24-yard line. Bodie Maslak, 139, say 39 yards, that's all right. 100, I need to bolt that one a little bit more. My goodness, 139 yards through the air, 41 yards on the ground.
Have a night, young man.
So far. Jacob Marin, 5 receptions, 114 yards, already over the century mark in this one. And they are taking a look, maybe an equipment malfunction with the near side receiver, Kipton Harder, or something with that belt that the official does not like. So that's what we're holding up play. Looks like he tucked it into his pants or whatever. Okay, we're ready to go. Not 100% sure what that was all about there, but looks like we're good to go here.
Yep.
Chieftains trying to build on this touchdown lead. And it's a handoff. Helmets come flying, and my goodness, there's some flags, but into Louisburg territory. Bodie Maslak, my goodness, Houdini.
Yeah.
It's kind of coming out of nowhere, but like we mentioned, flags fly, helmets were flying off.
That could be on Louisburg.
And it is. So add 15 yards to the end of that run. And that's a big gainer again on the ground for Bodie Maslak. And I don't know how. I thought he handed it to Riedel up the middle, and it was a cloud of dust. And then all of a sudden, here comes Bodie Maslak with the football and a scamper and a lot of green grass in front of him.
Louisburg thought he handed it off, too, because he come out of that scrum untouched.
Our third penalty tonight, the first for Louisburg, but a costly one. 15 yards on what was already a big gainer for Bodie Maslak. 50.
Good start.
Once it's the net gain of 50-plus yards, when it's all said and done with that 15-yard penalty tacked on at the end. Now Maslak through the air, steps up in the pocket, has time, hits his man, Kipton harder, making some men miss inside the 5 and take it down at the 2.
Man, I tell you what, Bodie Maslak as a sophomore, cool as a cucumber, standing in that pocket, standing tall, finding and throwing a strike. Holy cow. Have a night.
This could turn out to be a very, very fun season to watch of Chieftain football. Not like the other two past seasons, even before haven't been fun, but hey, it has been a while since we have seen a quarterback with the versatility and the tools in the toolbox like Bodie Maslak. Goal to go at the 2. He's the low man in the backfield. He'll take it. Looking for his third rushing touchdown. Hits a wall, trying to spin around, and I think he's going to be kept out. Maybe takes it from the 2 to the 1. But not more. Second and goal coming up here. He's trying to spin, peel off of that block, trying to dump in on that right side and officially call it no gain.
Yeah, he was running in the hip pocket of one of his big linemen. You just couldn't get the push they needed.
Marin's the man in motion. Fake it to him. Bodie. Again, near the 1, trying to get pushed in by his lineman, and they still are not going to say he broke the plane. He did get a yard, so 1 up from the no gain on the play before, but now 3rd and goal here for the Chieftains. Do you think maybe we've seen the Eagles, we've seen the tush push? I haven't really seen it at the high school level, Eddie. No. And you would think you get some of your bigger fellows, maybe Bodie under center, might just push him in, but not going to see it here. 3rd and goal at the 1. If Bodie takes it, it'll be his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. Instead, it's Blake Riedel who will get his first touchdown, Tonganoxie.
Nicely done.
Varsity rushing touchdown number 1 on the ledger for Blake Riedel. 3rd score of the night for the Chieftains, and they extend their lead, now a 2-score lead over the Louisburg Wildcats.
Yeah, well earned there by Blake Riedel. He's been blocking a lot for the quarterback, so it's nice to give him a chance, and he puts it in the pay dirt.
It's 20-7. Cody Lobbs, extra point.
No good.
No good.
A little bit wide.
The kick is no good.
It was kind of a high snap, but it was handled well by.
Well, I will take the blame because I instinctively just put up 21-7 on the score bug, but it stays 20-7. So again, Cody, I'll take the fault on that one. But another beautiful drive for the Chieftains. 3 straight scoring drives for this offense. 1-yard rushing touchdown for Blake Riedel. 27 Chieftains back in 30 seconds.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
(22-7). Lob ready to boot it away. 9:43 still to go in the 3rd. Chieftains ended the 2nd quarter with a touchdown. They start the 3rd doing the same. This time it's the junior Blake Riedel who gets the 1-yard rushing touchdown. All rushing touchdowns tonight for the Chieftains. 3 yards or under. 2 for Maslak, 1 for Riedel. Here's the boot from Lob to Getterman, and he is tripped up. I think the hand of Baron Dorn was the last one to get in there and trip up the return man for the Wildcats. So now, again, we're going to get the question answered for us here. How will this Louisburg offense come out and respond? They themselves started the game in the 1st quarter, back-to-back drives ending with punts, and then they had the ball on the 3rd drive, a long drive, took it out nearing 10-plus plays. They went down the field and scored thanks to a 15-yard rushing touchdown from the quarterback Max Amrud, his first varsity start here as a Louisburg Wildcat. And now the next time he gets the ball, he goes from the game being tied to his team being down 2 scores, 20-7. Vose will clear out of the backfield, and Ameren will give it to him on the swing on the far side. And a good pickup here on first down for Blaze Vose.
Yeah, that play's been pretty effective for Louisburg.
Third catch of the night for Vose. He had 2 catches for 13 yards in the first half. Good chunk of about 5 or 6 picked up there. Officially 2nd and 5 is what they will call it.
Like a short 5 to me.
4.5, if you will. Hand off up the middle. Not going down easy. Still not all the way down. Now a bunch of red jerseys finally get him down, the ball carrier.
Yeah, they rallied well to the ball that time and kind of held him for minimum gain, if any.
That's Bryce Thompson, number 19. And Thompson, who spoke with Coach Harding earlier this week, he was kind of giving me the rundown of the depth charts. And Thompson was kind of pegged in as that starting running back between him and Miles Vose, and they were going to kind of trade off carries. And for Thompson, on my book, that's the first carry he's had tonight, and a strong run from Thompson. 3rd down and 2 coming up here. Wildcats 2 for 4 in the first half on 3rd downs. Pull it out here. Ameren throws back over the middle and has his man with some space. Caught it on the run. Coming around. Gunnerman takes it inside the Chieftain 30.
Back up by number 43, Jack Reisman.
29-yard gain.
Yeah, that little swing pass into the flats, you know, those last 2 plays, been very effective for Louisburg.
Starting to see Ameren. He's gotten more and more comfortable back there in the backfield as well. A nice little roll out. He kind of rolling to his right. He throws back over the middle. Usually, if you ask any quarterbacks coach, it's a cardinal sin, but it's kind of becoming more and more of a game to kind of cross the body throws, and a nice one there for the junior Ameren. Looking to go through the air again. Pressure coming, but able to get it away. Has a step down the field, and it's incomplete, but a flag comes in.
He had a hand on him, but that was a pretty good defensive play.
I think they're going to get Kaysen Lindsay on this, on the coverage. Louisburg receiver had a step. Getterman again. And the Chieftain defense will back up 15 yards.
Half the distance to the goal. It will result in a first down.
Half the distance there. Third penalty of the night for Tonganoxie. There's 1 penalty so far for Louisburg. But a costly one there. Half the distance to the goal. Now puts the Wildcats inside the red zone. 1st and 10 at the Chieftain 15-yard line.
Wildcats getting more confident in the passing game.
And still number 19, Bryce Thompson in the backfield to the left of Ameren. They give it to Getterman on the end around on the left side. Chieftains a little more prepared for it. Multiple Chieftains on the side. Joel Murray, just one of many. Elijah Holtzhau's getting up off the turf as well. Kaysen Lindsay also in there. Always important, as soon as you see that guy in motion, he gets the ball, you want to try to set that edge. Don't let him get around, get that green grass in front of him. Chieftains did a great job of it there, just to hold Getterman to a gain of 3 on the end around. $16 yards rushing for Getterman. He's been more of the receiving threat. That last one he reeled in for 29. Now Ameren pitches it. Here's Thompson with a head of steam inside the 5, has a lane, lowers the shoulder in into the end zone. Louisburg answers with another touchdown.
Nice drive by the Wildcats there.
Touchdown by Bryce Thompson.
I believe extra point is good. So Louisburg, an impressive past 2 offensive drives for them.
It is now 20-14, and of course we always make a kind of little star by that missed extra point. We talked about the Chieftains coming down to 1-point losses to the Wildcats. Something could be to keep in mind here. Wildcats now back within 6 points, 20-14. Chieftains getting ready to get the ball back, a little over 6.5 to go here in the third. Back at 30 seconds.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
On the option play, Bryce Thompson, who got his first couple of carries in this game, and he takes that one from about 15 yards out for the score. Louisburg has scored on back-to-back drives, and Chieftains have had 3 straight scoring drives. So the offense has come alive here after we go scoreless in the first quarter. Nothing but touchdowns for everyone since. Could have a potential shootout on our hands here. Little squib kick, takes a bounce. Harder has a hard time getting, Cason Lindsay. But he picks it up, stretches it out to the right side, and Wildcats will catch up and bring him down at near or around the 20-yard line.
Jason Lindsay on the return.
So now another chance here for Bodie Maslak in this offense, and they've done it with the rush. They've done it through the air. I mean, they've checked all the boxes. All the question marks. We know Bodie Maslak can run, but how can he do it with the pass? Well, he showed you here. Jacob Moranz was a great wide receiver 2 last year. How will he be as the lone top number 1 wide receiver?
He's answered that.
Over 100 yards before halftime. I mean, this offense has been spectacular. Blake Riedel, hard running. Go down the line, and it skips. Trying to get it back to Moranz, and not a backwards pass, so he can't pick it up and run again, so it goes incomplete. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
And we have another Holthouse on the field, 81, Roman.
Yes, we do. Roman, one of the freshmen on this roster. 6'1", 185 pounds. He's built like a Holthouse.
Yes, he is.
They have him out there now. He's going to be lined up wide on the near side of your screen there at the bottom. Man in motion coming around is rough. It's Maslak. Going to try to attack up the middle. Had a gap. Closes up quickly. Wildcats are there. And Bodie officially takes it for close to about a gain of 5 or so. One of the advantages, you might be a little bit undersized. You think you're Maslak, but when those windows are pretty tight, you got to squeeze through there. He's got that advantage, able to kind of turn sideways, lower the shoulder a little bit, get every extra yard at any chance that he can. Fake the throw down the line, want to throw down the field, looking for Holthouse, and it's a little long. Good coverage for the Wildcats, too. It was Martin Soto. That was the closest one in coverage, but for Roman, they gave him a shot, but just couldn't quite bring that one in. 4th down now. Up here, 4th and 5, and ball is right now at the Chieftain 26-yard line. And
Maslak is the punter, so I would assume that he's going to punt this away.
I would heavily assume that as well. And he does.
Good punt.
Wildcats will still start
pretty good field position
near their own 40, so not bad at all. So here we go. Now you can maybe start to feel the tide starting to turn a little bit towards Louisburg. Back-to-back scoring drives, starting with that missed extra point from Cody Lobb. It's that touchdown, now a 6-point game, and now all of a sudden a touchdown and an extra point. You take the lead on this drive if you're Louisburg.
Chieftain defense needs to step up to the challenge here.
Could be a big moment in this game. Haven't had a turnover yet. Chieftain defense would love to get one here. Amron and company, the 5th drive of this ball game. Touchdowns on their last 2.
Thompson, the main back in the backfield, will lead the way to block this time from Ameren, who gets through with some space and is eventually hammered just before he reaches the 45-yard line. More rapid substitutions in for this Chieftain defense. Multiple bodies rolling in and out of those different packages. Defensive coordinator Matt Bond likes to roll in there at times, giving those big fellows up front a breather as well. And many of the linemen for the Chieftains in this game play both offense and defense, so any break you can give those big fellows to try to rest those legs, get some wind in them for a play or two can be very big. Takes a lot when you're trying to move around furniture with those big bodies up front. 2nd and 6 on the 4-yard run. Toss out, Vose.
Good tackle.
Want to take a guess?
Riedel, I'm saying.
That's Blake Riedel.
Let's go. Tackle by Blake.
You always usually, and it's just a straight fact, usually the guys that have spent time in the weight room that are good wrestlers, you usually see them be some of the best tacklers on the football field, too, with the double leg takedown.
Yeah, that was textbook right there. I was going to say, he broke down and did a fine double leg takedown.
Chieftain fans, get loud. It's third down.
Third down and 3, man in motion for the Wildcats is Rolfe, the tight end. Ameren will look to throw, has a man in the middle, and it's incomplete. Led him just a little bit too far, looking like C.D. Lamb in the game last night. Just a little bit out of the reach, and now the Wildcats with a decision here. Lee was looking for Aiden Spradling, senior, up the middle of the field. He had a step, got behind a defender, but the throw just a little bit too long. Down 6 points. A little over 4 to go here in the third quarter. Ball near midfield, still in Louisburg territory at the 47, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to go for it. Fourth down and 3, maybe trying to draw the defense off. They're not. Ameren's going to run, cuts it in, and the defense is ready. And the Chieftains force the turnover on downs. And how about that for a defensive stand?
Awesome.
And
they're going to measure it.
They're going to measure. So initial spot, and it's always harder to tell with the cluster of bodies. And it looked like he was down at between the 48 and 49, where they have this ball spotted. He's just shy of the 50, and I still think he's going to be just a little bit short.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a little bit short.
But they're going to measure just in case.
Hey, I saw you. I was trying to say hi. Oh, really?
And ooh, it's close, but not. Well, it was definitely a little closer on the measurement than we initially thought. He was short by about the nose of the football, maybe a length of a credit card, but that's about it. Nonetheless, Chieftain defense gets a big stop. Offense takes over at midfield.
Yeah, now the Chieftains need to punch this thing in and really take the wind out of the sails of the Louisburg Wildcats. Nice sustained drive that ends in 6.
Lone fourth down conversion of the night for Louisburg, and they get turned away. Now the offense for Tongi back out. 4 to go here in the third. Down the line to Marins, and again able to just use that speed and strength, able to beat a defender and take it up the sideline. He took a pretty good lick as he was getting out of bounds. A nice 11, 12-yard carry after the catch. And Marins is going to stay on the sideline after taking a pretty good shot.
Man, he's having a night, partner. And again, another nice throw by Maslak.
He's looked good tonight. Him and Marins, that is.
They've been money so far tonight.
No doubt about it. Back to the ground with Riedel, bouncing off defenders, and more. Blake Riedel up the middle, finally tripped up.
I love the way he covered the ball. Did you see that? Kudos to the offensive line there.
We got a timeout on the field to Andrea, but not before Riedel takes it for 20-plus yards on the ground. 1st and 10, 3 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the third. Chieftains still up 6, looking to add on to this lead, and with the injury, we will step aside here on Tongi Sports Live.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
So that injury timeout for Louisburg, and it was Bryce Thompson, who is also one of the linebackers on this team, and hope to, if you're a Wildcat fan, and for everybody, hoping he's okay, but especially if you're a Wildcat fan, because he's been running the ball really well on offense.
Yeah, he really has.
Banged up on defense. He heads out. Chieftains resumed 1st and 10 at the Louisburg 15. Try to go on the ground again up the middle. Wildcats were ready for it.
No gain on the play.
Number 55, Michael Foote, the senior, first to wrap him up. No gain on the play that time for the Chieftains. Haven't had a lot of no gain or negative gain plays here tonight, has Tongi. Always good to play and stay in front of the change. Just what you want to see. Maslak looking left. Now has some space, is going to run. A flag comes down. Bodie takes a shot as he crosses the 10. But
I think they're going to get the Chieftains for holding here.
Yeah, let's wait and see what the penalty is going to be, and it appears it will be holding on Tongi.
10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Replay.
4th penalty on the night for Tonganoxie. Just 5 total penalties in this game. So for week 1,
yeah, that's pretty clean
standards, it has been a really clean game. You know, unfortunate for the Chieftains, those penalties have mostly been on them. Looking to at least clean that up. So that'll back them up 10 yards. Now 2nd and 20. Wildcats bring pressure. Maslak throws it as he's going down, and that will go as incomplete.
That was a design screen, but it just got blown up there.
And that's a great call on the defensive side. Mike Foote again, that was back there all over Maslak, bringing him down to the turf, able to get the ball away before his knee or shin hit the ground. That would go down as a sack. And thankfully it was the design screenplay, because then if nobody's in the area, you got to eat that sack. And if you try to get it away, it's an intentional grounding. So you kind of, when you look at it that way for the Chieftains, all things considered.
Yeah, Maslak did all he could do with that.
Longest 3rd down play of the game, 3rd and 20. Maslak going through the air, fires and caught. And a quick peel out of bounds for the senior Marins. Another catch on the ball game for him tonight. Catch number 7. And it looks like we will have the field goal unit trot on. Well, clearly a play there, just a quick little strike, and Marins is able to break a tackle, gets the 1st down or touchdown, great, but you pick up 8 yards, you make it a little bit more manageable here for Cody Lobb. I mentioned his season long last year, I believe, was around the 37-yard mark, if memory serves me right. This would be 39 yards. And it's blocked. And this is a live ball.
That can be returned.
And it can be. It's scooped up, and it was number 5, Mathis Wright, to scoop it up for Louisburg, and number 5 for the Chieftains, Kipton Harder, is the one that brought him down.
Well, if you're a Louisburg fan, that's just what you wanted.
And again, in high school, those 39-yard field goals, they are not gimmies by any means. I think Blau has the capability and the distance to make those happen, but good
Kicked
job.
a little low.
Yeah, good. And, from 39, usually when you're kind of getting out to that long range, whatever your personal best is as a kicker, when you're Those longer distances, you usually kick it a little shorter, a little flatter, and Louisburg taking advantage of that, right, to get the hand on it. And now Wildcats back in action. Pitch out here to Vose. Head of steam. First down and more down that far sideline, and eventually knocked out of bounds by Harder. And here come the momentum of the Louisburg Wildcats.
Tackle by number 5, Kipton Harder.
Longest rush of the night for Vose at 23 yards. Blaze Vose showing off the blazing speed, if you will. First and 10 at the Chieftain 34-yard line. Getterman in motion. Ameren's going to look his way, throws instead, and it's, I think, intercepted, and then it was stripped.
Yes. But
they're recovered by the Chieftains, and there's our first turnover of the game. And it's the Chieftain defense that comes away with it.
Big play right there.
Baron Dorn on the pick, and technically the fumble recovery.
That's huge for the Chieftains right there.
Don't see that all too often in this game.
It looked to me like the receiver actually stripped the ball after the defender picked it off.
He did. So Dorn had it. Before he could get a return, it was stripped out. It's a live ball. Louisburg gets on it. They get to keep the ball, but Dorn able to get on top of it. Now Maslak is going to be wrapped up, and that's a sack for Ricky Giles. And that's a big answer after giving up the turnover for Louisburg. Man, just a lot to unpack there in those last couple of plays. Baron Dorn gets the interception. First play after that, Maslak is taken down for the sack. Backs him up 4 or 5 yards. Back to the air again, Maslak, and again he'll be sacked. Had to pump fake it, held on to it, and the big fella up the middle came and got him. Big body presence, number 73, Murphy Adams.
Louisburg is winning at the line of scrimmage right now.
Mm-hmm. So now your last 3 plays, the interception / fumble recovery, and now back-to-back sacks for this Louisburg defense. 10 seconds on the play clock, so got to run at least one more here. This is third down, not 61. That's a little exaggerating there. 3rd and 16 would be the. And Bodie again just running for his life. And again, he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Chieftains negative on that drive off the turnover. And not exactly the way you ideally want to end the third quarter, but the 4s are up here at Beatty Field. 3 down, 1 to go. 1 score game could be in for another one of those close finishes, partner.
Yeah, no question.
Here we go.
Got a barn burner going.
On to the fourth quarter we go. Chieftains 20, Wildcats 14. Chieftains will punt the ball away when we return on Tongi Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com. Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehouse.Tonganoxie.org.
Again, Chieftains to punt this one away. Maslak off the side of the foot, and it goes out of bounds off the bench, and Wildcats will take over in Chieftain territory. So here we go. This game happening tonight. Chiefs game on time. Might be staying up a little bit later tonight. It's always a good time to need a little pick-me-up on Saturday morning to head over to Grounded Coffee House. Established in 2022, Grounded Coffee House serves great coffee with an even greater cause. To learn how you can help make a difference and to support, follow them on Facebook and check out their website, groundedcoffeehouse.Tonganoxie.org. You need that early morning coffee or a freshly baked pastry, cinnamon roll, whatever, to pair with it. Be sure to go by Grounded Coffee House tomorrow morning. Get you a nice cup of coffee.
Let's see if the Chieftains can rally defensively here. Louisburg has been having their way the last couple drives.
No doubt about it. They start on the ground, up the middle. And that is how this drive for the Wildcats gets started. And that's exactly what we want to see out of your defense. I mean, coming out, talking about picking up your offense, who feels like the momentum's starting to go on the Wildcat side. You go for the pass on the first play, it's intercepted, and you don't allow a positive yard the next drive. 3 and out for the Chieftains, pushing them backwards thanks to 3 straight sacks. And now you had that punt. You take over in Chieftain territory. It's setting up very nicely right now for the purple team. See, the Chieftains want to try to pull a stunt here. It's a rollout designed for Amron. Throws on the run, diving, grab it, squirts out at the last second, incomplete. Trying to find it out to Blaze Vose.
Vose made a nice effort for it, but just couldn't bring it in before it hit the turf. Big third down here for the Chieftain defense.
Chieftain fans, it is third down.
Third down and 8.
I would believe this is 4-down territory if I'm Louisburg.
2 of 5 on third downs tonight. Amron,
nice
quick toss. Vose trying to use that speed to get around, looking for some blocks, and he got around one defender. I still think he's going to be short.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 4th down, but it's 4th and manageable.
See where they officially spot it. Still be about 4 yards short. 3.5, 4 yards. Yep.
But they're going to go for it.
Gain of 4 on the play. It's 4th down.
This would be big if they could hold them. They held them the last time on 4th down.
0 for 1 on 4th downs this game for Louisburg. Big one here. 4th down at 4. One possession game and a bad step. Amron, I don't think, was ready for it, and he just has to dive on top of it. And the Chieftain offense will get right back on the field near midfield.
Chieftains get a huge break right there.
No doubt about it. It's just a snap, and Amron, he wasn't ready for it.
No. Somebody was mixed up, and I think it was the center.
We talk a lot about getting that continuity going down across the board on both sides of the ball, week 1 football, and a mistake there, mental one for Louisburg. Turnover on downs. What can the Chieftains do with it now?
I would be a little bit more conservative here, trying to get some of those runs in and settle down here, because he had 3 straight sacks on that last possession. So, wide receiver screen.
Marins. This has been his bread and butter all night. Yep. Another 10-plus reception for Jacob Marins. He has just had a phenomenal evening.
Tackled by Ricky Giles.
Could be early contender for our County Road Brewing Player of the Game to be named later in the Brothers Market postgame show. And just like that, Chieftains in Wildcat territory. And you're looking up on the scoreboard. That clock continues to run. Up 6 points, and Chieftains just trying to ice this one away as much as they can. Ended with 6, making a 2-score game once again. Riedel up the middle, and
gonna maybe gain a couple.
Yep, that's about
Blake
it.
Riedel on the carry. Gain of 1.
Eli Roth, the one to make the wrap up, stop tackle on Blake Riedel. Yeah, an early note for me, too. I know we've talked a lot about Bodie Mazak being the big running threat, but for Blake Riedel, man, I mean, he kind of reminds me a little bit of that Colton Bruisman, where it's the first tackler is not going to get him down more often than not. The way he's just been able to run through contact, bounce off defenders, strong nose running.
Yep.
So he just gets a yard. Maslak will go back on the run, get some good pancake blocks from his linemen.
Yep.
There's Brennan Rhodes over there on the left side. Braden Seymour.
Yeah, I like the play calling a little more on this drive for the Chieftains. Third and manageable here. I think this is 4-down territory for the Chieftains.
We'll see. We'll see how aggressive. I mean, it's kind of, at this point, it's a real gray area because you're too close to really punt and it's too far for a field goal. So, as long as it's a 4th and manageable like this, I say even if they don't get a yard here, if it's 4th and 4, I agree with you. I think they go for it. We'll see. Chieftains not spectacular on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5. Maslak on the left side trying to stretch it out. Lowers his shoulder and torpedoes his way past the line to gain and gets a couple extra.
Bodie Mazak on the carry.
And another 1st down picked up for Tongi. That clock continues to run and whistles are blowing as
timeout, Louisburg.
The timeout, it's an injury timeout. Looks like could be dealing with some possible cramping out on the field. Also something you usually see around
looks
this first time.
That's what it is. Yeah. Boy, that hurts too. If you've ever had those.
No doubt about it. So again, this has been week 1. We're kicking off the 2025, not only football season, but the broadcast season as well for us here on Tongi Sports Live.
Been treated to a good one here,
partner. No doubt. As we take a look at what we have coming up, we're going to be back at it on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, our first volleyball broadcast of the year as we host the Paola Panthers on the road next Friday at Spring Hill. What a big matchup that will be with the Spring Hill Broncos. And then back here a week later, homecoming game against Lansing, 3rd game in 2 years against the Lions after they met in the regular season and postseason last year. And then first soccer will be September 25th as the Chieftains host the Ottawa Cyclones. You can check out the full schedule over on varsitysportslive.com/Tonganoxie. See the full fall broadcast schedule. Getting ready to resume play there after that. Wildcat was helped off again. Cramping appears to be the issue there. Both teams trying to push the fluid as much as they can to both the players of both teams. While it's not a hot night tonight, it's still, again, trying to get in that full game shape. 1st and 10 from the 29 for Maslak and company. It's Riedel up the middle, has some space, breaks it up the middle, spinning around, strong running, takes him close to the 10. Did that ball come out? It did! Oh, what a big takeaway for Louisburg.
That's huge.
Ooh.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by Louisburg.
My goodness. Lewisburg will take over at their own 9-yard line, and the Chieftains cough up their first turnover of the season.
That's a big one. See if the Chieftains can hold them here.
Both teams even in the turnover margin now, 1 apiece. Amron back on the field from Louisburg. He throws to the right side. Gets a couple of yards there. And for Blake Riedel, and obviously for the young man, he's going to feel a little bit disappointed there. But, got to have a short memory going back there on the defensive side of the ball. And you got to be ready to try to hit somebody and maybe
make a play.
Force a fumble on that side as well.
The 7.5-minute mark here. Play.
And the clock was not running for a second. So and now it'll be Louisburg to
take a timeout.
Take a timeout here. We'll go ahead and take it with them here. We'll be back after this break. You're watching Chieftain Football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new chicken bacon ranch pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings mobster pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
Coming out, first play out of the timeout. It's a keeper for Ameren. He stretches it out to the right and is met by many Chieftains. And how big of a loss will it be? They will back him up at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 yards. Looks like 3 will be the final word here. Hey, I want to remind everybody, Gambino's Pizza, you just saw that ad there, staying up a little later on Friday nights this season. So after the football game, if you got they'll be open for about an extra hour and a half after the final whistle, so a good way to celebrate some Chieftain football. Hopefully after some wins, go over to Gambino's Pizza, get you a slice and enjoy. It's a little 6-point ball game, anybody's ball game at this point. Ameren looking to throw, pressure coming near the goal line. Ameren able to get out of it, but not going to get out of the second wave. Joel Murray, hip Murray, the first one there to officially stop the momentum. And on 3rd and long, and it's the Chieftain defense that comes up with a big stop via the sack.
Tackle for a loss by Owen Robbins.
Owen Robbins in there as well.
Well, the Chieftains answer after that turnover, so got to be careful of a bad snap here because they're going to be punting from their end zone.
We've seen snaps be some problems for the Wildcats tonight. A costly one here could be a touchback. It's right to his hands, and he gets it away and takes a good Louisburg roll.
Yeah, it did take a good roll. Chieftains will still have it on the plus side of the field, though.
Into Wildcat territory, no doubt. Nearly from the back of his own end zone, and he punts it just shy of the
That's pretty good
45.
Yep.
Chieftains take over on the 44-yard line.
About 6 minutes to play here. Chieftains just need to move the sticks and run some clock.
That's it. Please contact your ride now. Thank you for your cooperation.
And a hold to this 6-point lead, beat the Wildcats for the first time in 4 years. They start with a run up the middle on this drive. Good for a couple. Tell the Chieftains again, not in the biggest of hurries. Get to the line to go.
Shout out to the coaches there. They turn around and give the ball back to Riedel after that fumble. Showing, hey, we still believe in you.
That's what you like to see. Fake it this time. To the air. Maslak has Moranz, but he overthrows him.
Yeah, he had him.
If Moranz is able to bring that in after he got behind Gage Feldkamp, I think it's 6 points.
Yeah, Maslak has his hands on his helmet knowing he had 6 right there.
It's close to a potential dagger at the 5:20 mark in this ball game, but instead it will bring up 3rd down and 8.
Chieftains need to pick up a chunk here.
2 receivers near side, back on the left side of Maslak. Looks, now will roll out, plenty of space, will fire on the run and has his man caught.
First down.
Out to Blake Riedel, able to catch it out of the backfield. Fresh set of downs again for the Chieftains. We go under 5 in the game.
Nice job. Bodie throwing that on the run to Riedel and picking up a big first down.
Second reception of the night for Riedel. 2 catches, 17 yards from him. More cramping on the field. Had Hall of Fame head athletic trainer Mark Padfield already out on the field attending to him, and both teams will head over by their head coaches, get some more drinks of water. So, you're looking at this point right now, so we'll keep it here for the time being, of you got Tongi up 6 points with the ball, and once this injury timeout ends, that clock is going to start running again. Right. And it's a good thing to kind of point out, there's not really a good way for us to ever display it here on the streams, but they do have the play clocks here, and it's 40 seconds.
Right.
So if you're the Chieftains, again, we see them not in a big hurry. They're taking it down to about 10 seconds every time. They could still, if they even wanted, milk some extra time off of that. So you're looking potentially at this game right now, Louisburg with 2 timeouts remaining, that the Chieftains, you're able to string together some first downs. You're getting 4 or 5 yards a game and a carry or whatever, and then you could really put this game away, and Louisburg doesn't even get a chance to touch the ball again.
Exactly right. Clock management.
It was Feldkamp, the injured Wildcat, who walking off under his own power. Again, it's been more cramping issues tonight, particularly for Louisburg. He works over to the far sideline, off on his own power. So both teams will line up. Chieftains will more than likely let some time run here before taking the snap. As here we go.
The clock.
Well, Maslach going to go ahead and call for it. And here we go. Plenty of space on that right side. Blake Riedel near the first down marker.
Another nice run by Blake Riedel.
And he will be... Yep. He gets the first. I thought initially they might say that he was out at the 9-yard line on the spot from the far side official, but he goes forward an extra 2 yards, and Blake Riedel gets it all on the ground there and then some. You're not afraid to give it back to the junior after fumbling that last drive. Give it to him again. Riedel taking some defenders back with him. And you really love to see that, too. Because, I mean, that's very easy for him. This early in the year, one-possession ball game, you've lost close games to Louisburg. And, I think I love just – they're not afraid to give him the ball back. Get that confidence right back up, and – I think he's well forgotten about that fumble by now.
That means a lot to a young man's psyche.
Now Maslach will try it on the ground. Had a space, hit hard.
Yeah, he was hit hard.
Had a window, and it was clogged up quickly by Bryce Thompson.
Bodie Maslach on the carry. Tackled by Bryce.
Took a decent lick there to Bodie. And
he really did.
Just a gain of 1 on that rush.
He popped right back up, though. He's tough. Now the Chieftains are running some clock.
Bodie closing in on the century mark on the ground. He's got 96 rushing yards. Under 10 on the play clock. Now 5, 4, 3, snap to Maslach, play action, looking to throw, pressure coming, he spins out of the sack, looks to throw to the end zone, Rams, it's off his hand. Incomplete, just a little offline. Would have been a little Mahomes-esque kind of play there if they would have been able to pull it off.
That
but
shows off his arm strength there, though. My goodness.
No doubt about it. That was 3rd and 6, too.
Yeah.
And again, decision time here for Coach Troyer and company.
They go for it.
You see him talking with his sophomore quarterback.
I mean, you could kick a field goal here, but it was blocked last time. I think you're going to just keep it on the ground here and chew up some clock.
And again, I love the trust that he is putting and showing towards his team.
Yeah, no question.
Another missed chance on 3rd down. Can still get it here on 4th down. They need 6 yards. Bodie to roll out, throws to the sticks, and it is offline and incomplete. It's just some miscommunication there on the far side receiver.
Well, 3.5 minutes to go here. That 1 point could come into play here, partner.
So it was Harder that settled in more towards the middle of the field. Maslach's throw was closer to the sideline.
Yeah.
And just out of the reach of Kipton Harder. And you mentioned it, Denny.
Yep.
3:30 to go in the ball game. Louisburg 2 timeouts. Tonganoxie still with all 3. But here we go. Buckle up your chin strap. Let's get ready to rock.
Tongi with 2 really good defensive stands their last 2 times, so they need one more.
Chieftains now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversions tonight. Wildcats turnover on down and a punt. There are 2 drives so far here in the 4th. They start with a little dump off to Blaze Vose, and he's able to take it for a medium gain.
That clock continues to run because he was not out of bounds.
To the point, the clock's not necessarily your enemy, still with those 2 timeouts for Louisburg, but still showing good sense of urgency. Not going to get around. Riedel coming in and tripping up Blaze Vose as he tried to stretch it around the left side.
Blake Riedel's having a night as well, partner.
No doubt.
Chieftain fans, get loud. It's third.
Another one of those two-way stars for this Chieftain team this year. And now the crowd starting to get rowdy. 3rd and... Well, they got it as 1 on the field.
Yeah, it looks like
closer to 2. But could argue 4th down territory for Louisburg. So 2 downs to get 2 yards, essentially.
Yep.
Amron hit as he tosses it. He gets it to Vose, and Vose is going to get the first down. It was Blake Riedel again, shot out of a cannon, put a lick on Amron, but he still is able to get the ball out to Vose for the first.
What a tackle by Riedel.
Woo!
Big hit. 2 minutes to go.
Amron to throw now, under 2 minutes, trying to avoid the rush. Amron stays on his feet, has a man down the field, and it's incomplete. Woo. And a big collective deep breath as Martin Soto had nothing but green turf in front of him on what would have been a game-tying touchdown. And it looks like the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying their game against the Chargers. I just see, like, I love seeing the various phones and everything out in the crowd, and everyone just collectively like, hey, you see that? Little fist bumps. It's so awesome. Great atmosphere here tonight.
We got a good one here, partner.
No doubt about it. Tonganoxie, Louisburg, they pump out nothing but classics over the last 5 years. Pressure again on Amron, able to get away, throw down the field. This time Soto is able to catch it. And Marins, his knee wasn't down. He's still up, and now he gets slung down to the turf. Nyhart's the one that had to come in and clean that up, but a big hitter. They just missed it on the last play to Soto, and this time Amron's able to hit him in stride.
Big play for the Wildcats. Chieftains going to have to bow their neck here. 1.5 minutes to play. Timeout, Tongi.
46 yards through the airs. Max Amron to Martin Soto. Just the second reception of the game for Soto. And Tongi will take one of those 3 timeouts, both teams with 2 remaining.
Thank you to everyone from THS and Louisburg for here in attendance.
Well, I mean, Chieftain pressure got there again, both times to Amron, forced him to scramble around, trying to make something happen. And, you know, the first time was definitely, if Soto brings in that last catch, I think he goes for a touchdown. At least that time, you still have Marins just behind him by a half step or so. Although I will say, heads-up play by Hunter Nyhart because Marins brought him down. His knee, shin, butt, nothing, elbow form, nothing was down. So if he got up and Hunter Nyhart thought the play was over, Soto scrambles to the end zone, and that's a bizarre way to get a touchdown. But heads-up play by Hunter Nyhart to at least the wherewithal to bring him down.
And that's why coaches always tell players to play to the whistle.
Exactly.
Have a safe trip home.
Well, let's see if the Chieftains can hold them here.
Two receivers near side, one out wide to the right. Motion out of the backfield. Amron scrambling around, gets a stiff arm, and still up. Now we finally get tripped up. Some Chieftain fans are begging for a holding call, but nothing going to happen here.
Yeah, it looked like Gavin Rhodes was being held there, but no flag.
So Amron takes off with his feet. He gets 2 on that play. Now back to the air, and that one well short, incomplete, intended the receiver. That one going to Aiden Filkins.
Chieftains could get 2 stops here, the game will be over.
No. Minute 4 in Chieftain territory, down 6 on the Wildcats. Touchdown to tie, an extra point after could possibly win them the game. Not if the Chieftain defense has anything to say about it. 3rd down and 8. Undoubtedly 4th down territory the rest of the way. Both teams 2 timeouts. And Louisburg will take 1 here. Want some extra time to talk this upcoming play over. Don't blame him. We'll take this timeout as well. Back in 30 seconds here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website, msa.bank.com, to learn more. Member FDIC.
Look, I want to ask everybody at the conclusion of this game to stick around for the Brothers Market post-game show. We get our full game analysis and breakdown. See if we get a chance to talk with Coach Troyer and preview next week's matchup, all that and more coming up in the Brothers Market post-game show, but still plenty to be decided out here on the field. 6-point ball game, 3rd down and 8 for Louisburg in Chieftain territory. A little quick dump out, and it's dropped, trying to get it to Blaze Vose, and it goes incomplete. And here's your ball game coming up. 1 minute exactly left to go. And even I think if Vose is able to bring that in, a lot of red jerseys around, I don't think it's a big gainer. Still would be looking at about a 4th and 5, 4th and 6 in my opinion. But at least the advantage you have there, if you're Louisburg on the bright side with the incompletion, it did stop the clock, so you didn't have to burn that final timeout, or you don't have to hurry and get to the line. Now you have a chance here to get to the line, see what the defense gives, and then if you want to take a timeout, you can do that.
Right.
Here comes the crowd back into the game.
Here's your ball game, partner.
Hammond to throw, and it is incomplete. I think it's actually intercepted. It's incomplete, but nonetheless, the Chieftains get the stop.
Yeah, ball game.
I mean, it's Chieftains ball no matter what. Brady Martin with the big play. And that should do it in this one.
Should be victory formation here on out, partner. Well, unless Louisburg, they'll choose to take their timeouts probably.
Just 1 timeout remaining, so they can only stop the clock once. I mean, you do that, Chieftains victory formation, another time or 2, and that'll be it.
Now they're in a victory formation.
And for Coach Harden, he could very well just keep that timeout in his back pocket, and that appears to be the case. It hasn't happened since 2020, but the Tonganoxie Chieftains are finally going to get a win against the Louisburg Wildcats, and once again, dramatic fashion, 20-14 will be the final score.
They had the stage set for the 1 point.
They did. 4th time in 5 games that the final score between these two has been 1 possession. Another great classic here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And now Louisburg is going to take their final timeout.
Not sure why.
Not sure why either. And I'm not sure, that could be something, I'm not sure if it came from Coach Harding or if it maybe came from one of the players. I don't know, but Chieftains, they'll kneel it one more time, and then it's handshake line at midfield, and we go on to the Brothers Market postgame show.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing you really ever want to see, we had an instance in the game last year against Lansing where the game was over, Tongi trying to kneel the clock out, and Lansing trying to be competitive to the end, a little bit too aggressive, and it's not that scenario here for Louisburg, but, well, now we got a flag. A flag just came in as it looked like there was some words, and they appear to be over on that Chieftains side.
In between the downs, we had unsportsmanlike conduct of number 54, Tonganoxie.
And it's Gavin Rhodes that's going to get hit with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And I mean, this is kind of the only thing that can really make this, because now look, you're back up against your own end zone. You still have room for that kneel down, but my goodness. And now Tongi will take a timeout here.
Yeah, these teams don't want to go home.
Oh, my goodness. This is just almost bizarre. I don't know quite exactly how to describe it. So Tongi down to one timeout. Louisburg out of timeouts for the remainder of this game. So, I mean, what started as Chieftains starting to make their way to midfield, getting ready for the handshake line, 1-0 to start the new year, and get called back on the Louisburg timeout, and then some words exchanged by Gavin Rhodes to the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Backs the Chieftains up nearly, I mean, inside the 5. They're at the 4. Again, they still have room. I mean, this is, one of those, it could be a nightmare scenario where if you have a bad exchange and Louisburg recovers, they're right there on the doorstep with, just under 20 seconds to go in the game or whatever. So, fans are trying to wrap up a Chieftain victory and then try to get home, go to Gambino's, go to County Road Brewing, also open late. Stick around to announce our County Road Brewing player of the game. Here's the extra push from Louisburg, but the knee gets down for Tongi. No way to stop it. We can now officially celebrate a Week 1 Chieftain win.
Yeah, we had a good one, partner.
No doubt about it. Well, it took a little longer there at the end, but it ends with a Chieftain win for the first time since 2020. Tongi on top of the Wildcats, 20-14. And they start the 2025 campaign 1-0.
Awesome.
First time the Chieftains, and most importantly, between the head coaches, first time head coach Troyer has beaten head coach Harding of the Wildcats. Going back to last year, Louisburg now 3 straight losses, and for Tongi, they pick up a big win in the Frontier League here tonight before they go on the road to take on Spring Hill this time next week. We'll talk about that matchup and recap this one, all that and more coming up in the Brothers Market postgame show when we return on Tongi Sports Live. Chieftains win 20-14.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like...
Here's the scene here at Beatty Field, the end of a Week 1 victory for the Chieftains, 20-14 over Louisburg, as we welcome you into the Brothers Market post-game show. You can check out their weekly ads and specials in-store or online at shopbrothersmarket.com. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here, and we just always know whenever these two teams get together, it's always going to be a great game. It's going to be a close one, highly competitive. Tonight was no exception, and we had a lot of I'd say question marks, and we were just having to wait and see how it all looked for this newly revamped Chieftain team, Bodie Maslak and all these other guys here, Breedle, Jacob Marint and company, and man, I tell you what, Denny, I'll walk away from tonight highly impressed.
Me as well, partner. Those guys stepped in. They had big shoes to fill, and fill them they did.
No doubt. I mean, looking just some quick totals here for you. Bodie Maslak, he was, over 300 total scrimmage yards tonight, 202 yards passing, 96 yards, actually just shy of it. I mean, knocking on the door, so close.
Right.
But just under 300 scrimmage yards on the night. And what a night it was for Bodie, as it looks like we do have head coach Preston Troyer coming up to the press box right now.
Awesome.
So have him hop on your headset, Denny, and we will get to have some words here. Again, interview with head coach Preston Troyer here. We'll not try to keep him long, get him back out there on the field to celebrate with the team. And Coach. Well, it's been since 2020. It took a minute to get a win over these guys, but you guys finally do it. And, we talked about it all throughout the pregame and stuff. It's now the Bodie Maslak era for this team. And, just under 300 total scrimmage yards tonight, 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, just talk about what you saw from the sophomore.
I mean, we knew he was special. I don't know in the history how many freshman quarterbacks have come in during, meaningful playoff times, big games towards the end of the year. And so we knew he had something special. We just had to, keep working and build it. And he's shown the world what he can do tonight.
No doubt about it. He definitely put himself on the map tonight, and other offensive performances to take away. We talked about Blake Riedel. It was kind of between either him or Brady Martin. We didn't quite sure who to expect to be the bell cow running back. It was Riedel tonight. He had that big breakaway one. I really liked, and I want to get your thoughts on this. He had the fumble. Defense responded well, and then right out of the gates, you guys for the first 2 or 3 plays gave him the ball right back away. Was that kind of to help build his confidence up and make sure?
Not really. It wasn't really. It was just we're going to move on. We're not going to dwell on it. He's had a good game all time. I wasn't going to not give him the ball because of it. It's just hey, we made a mistake. We're going to move on, and he did a great job down the stretch.
Short-term memory. That's exactly what you love to see. Another thing that really took it away from us was it seemed like the protection of the offensive line. I mean, for Bodie, with how great of a game he had, he usually starts up front as well all the time in the world. Yeah. Many times able to step up into a clean pocket, or even times where it was Overmiller or Seymour or one of the Rhodes guys on the left side just knocking guys down like bowling pins. I know you said last year you were really excited about the O-line. How do you feel about them this year after watching their performance?
Yeah, they've stepped up. I mean, we got some young guys. Overmiller hasn't played a lot of varsity snaps, Seymour as a sophomore. So we knew we had some young guys, and I thought they gelled well tonight. When we had moments where we were just dominating the line of scrimmage. So a lot to build on, but, excited for what they did tonight.
Looked like a really sharp performance tonight in Week 1. Just looking ahead a little bit to your matchup in Week 2 on the road. Coach Burchard, a lot of talk about him taking over the helm at Spring Hill. Broncos get a big win tonight against the Braves, so an early contender for a big Frontier League matchup next week. What's your preview of that matchup with Spring Hill?
Yeah, we know they're going to be tough. They're the biggest school in the Frontier. They've the defending league champs, so we know that they're going to give us the last time we probably play them in a really long time, if ever. So we're excited for that one. So we know it's going to be tough, and we're going to we'll enjoy this one for the next 12 hours, and then we'll start looking at them tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Coach, congratulations. First win against the Wildcats as head coach of the Chieftains. Enjoy it. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
And as head coach Preston Schroyer of your Tonganoxie Chieftains picking up the win tonight, 20-14 against the Louisburg Wildcats. We'll step aside and announce our County Road Brewing player of the game when we return here on the Brothers Market postgame show.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
bots taking over the world? Yes.
Never mind.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
I was just wondering.
Enter.
Back here, Brothers Market post-game show. Again, we just heard from head coach Preston Schroyer. Appreciate him always taking the time after home games come up to talk with us here in the booth and celebrating a 20-14 Tonganoxie Chieftain win over the Louisburg Wildcats. Both teams went scoreless in the first and fourth quarters. It was second and third quarters, all the scoring. 14 in the second, 6 in the third for Tongi, and 7 apiece for Louisburg. And that was all she wrote in this one. And fireworks all over the place, Denny. It's now time to announce our County Road Brewing player of the game. County Road Brewing wants to congratulate, dramatic pause, Jacob Marins for being announced the player of the game. County Road Brewing, rooted in the community, brewed for the journey. See what's brewing today at County Road Brewing in Tonganoxie. In fact, they're open a little later tonight. So a couple of eating options after the game tonight. You can go to Gambino's. You can go to County Road Brewing. Both proud sponsors of us here. New proud sponsors of us here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. So glad to have them here. But Jacob Marins getting your nod for County Road Brewing player of the game.
Yeah, almost 300 yards, total yards through the air and on the ground. And I tell you what, we also have an honorable mention to the sophomore quarterback, Bodie Maslak. He's special.
Yeah, that's it. You get nearly 300 yards through the air and on the ground for Bodie. He was just a couple yards shy. Jacob Marins, his night ends, 8 receptions, 146 yards. Was not able to hit pay dirt, but I tell you, I mean, the receiving attack a lot of times would lead the Chieftains down inside the 5 or to the 1 yard line, and it was, you know, Maslak had 2 rushing touchdowns and Riedel had a rushing touchdown. I mean, 3 scores for the Chieftains tonight, none of them further than 2 yards away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good sign of taking it all the way down to the doorstep, and once you're there, I mean, goal to go, you just punch it in. That's exactly what the Chieftains did tonight. But again, once again, congratulations. Jacob Marins announced the first annual County Road Brewing player of the games. Back into the Brothers Market post-game show here. You know, we got a lot of numbers we can tally up here, but we got to start to kind of make our way out of here a little bit. But you know, we heard it from Coach Schroyer. You know, he was very excited about what he saw from the team tonight. Obviously, there's a lot to build on, and they'll work on that all throughout this week. But you know, to me, I came in and I was really curious just how great this team could be. Obviously, the pieces were there. There were a lot of pieces that it was just how would they go from being a role player last year to a starter this year, and Bodie Mazlek obviously being at the center of that, and that's what you always are going to be as a quarterback at the varsity level. But I'll tell you what, I mean, if we get this season and 2 more seasons after, and what he's already showing against a Louisburg team that was at one point, back-to-back defending Frontier League champions, and they just came short of it last year from being 3-time repeating league champions. And I know Louisburg has lost a lot. They had a lot of great talent gone. We talked Ashton Moore going to Kansas State and Conley Hovey going to KU and, many, many others. But, that's still a team out there with a great coaching staff, and they still have great players on that team. And, for the most part tonight, I think Tongi, they outplayed them. They were more physical, and they were the better team tonight.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And like you said, I think a lot of questions have been answered, at least in my mind. And I think yours, partner, that this young Tonganoxie team can make some noise in this league this year.
No doubt about it. And I think that was the big thing. It was going to have to go through Mazlek. Of course, everyone said, well, he's undersized and, he can run, but how can he throw? I mean, the arm looked good tonight. A couple times he was overthrowing, not underthrowing receivers down the field, which is always a good sign. And
his pocket presence was just unbelievable for a sophomore.
And again, credit to the offensive line. I mean, that was one of the better performances I had seen from an offensive line in a couple years here, and that's not any knock to any former lineman. Don't take it that way, but I mean, the line tonight played phenomenal with the Rhodes on the left side, Golba in the center, Seymour and Overmiller over there on the right side. Like Troyer said, those guys on the right, first time at the varsity level for them too, and they're getting in there with the big boys of Louisburg, and they held their own tonight, and they gave Bodie plenty of time to survey, gave him a clean pocket to step up into, and gave him that chance of run or throw. This has the potential to be a very, very exciting year, and I know saying that after coming off back-to-back appearances in the sub-state championship game, but it's how do you make more history? How do you follow up history as you try to go out and you make more of it?
Exactly.
And that's to get back there and eventually get over the hump. That's where this team is at right now. So we'll see. It's week 1. It's early, but right now it's off to a great start for the Chieftains. Again, victorious tonight, 20-14. We'll take one more break, come back. We'll show you what's coming up next. And down the line for the Chieftains, talk about this matchup with Spring Hill a little bit more. Final break. Stay with us here on Donkey Sports Live.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Crowd starting to file out here at Beatty Field. And again, Chieftains with the win, 20-14. And we move on to next week. Again, let's take one more
final look coming up here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Volleyball coming up this Tuesday, home duel against Paola. Next week, the matchup against the Spring Hill Broncos, and you see the two broadcasts after that. Again, go to varsitysportslive.com/Tonganoxie. You can see all the upcoming fall sports broadcasts, and you can watch other broadcasts on demand. You want to go watch back a playoff football game from last year or the year before that? varsitysportslive.com/Tonganoxie to watch all the games on demand. This game will be available on demand immediately after we close this broadcast. And it looks like we have another touchdown. Travis Kelce for the Chiefs. Well done. That's a great game in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And again, thank you to everyone that's been watching along with us tonight. Whether if you're watching the Chiefs too or not watching the Chiefs, just appreciate you guys tuning in to what we do here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. So that matchup next week against Spring Hill. Again, they got to a big win tonight, 47-7 against the Bonner Springs Braves. So the Broncos are 1-0, Chieftains are 1-0. Coach Burchard taking over as head coach of Jason Feedback on his way out the door of Spring Hill. They bring in Coach Burchard, and he has a great football pedigree behind him, and he's bringing that experience to Spring Hill. Should be a great matchup with the Broncos, like Coach Schroyer was alluding to. The Broncos heading to the UKC next year, so this very well could be the final time the Broncos and the Chieftains face off against one another. Spring Hill classified in 5A, Chieftains in 4A. So, we'll see. But that is where we will see you next week. But first, volleyball coming up on Tuesday against the Paola Panthers. And for that, we are going to wrap up the broadcast here tonight. Again, head over to Gambino's or head over to County Road Brewing, both staying open a little bit later this evening in town. Go celebrate a Chieftain win tonight at either one of those two restaurants. And thank you all again for tuning along here tonight alongside Dennis Drennan, Brittany Funk on camera. I'm Dylan Funk signing off saying so long. We'll see you next time here on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the football. We'll see you on Tuesday.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at varsitysportslive.com.